Pero bueno, es porque chicos, ya estoy terminando mi página web para ayudarme con las redes
Yo
sociales.
no tengo nada de eso. Como dice página web, nada, yo me metí a vender directamente ya.
Pero tú estás en wholesale, ¿no?
Yo le compro a distribuidores,
Ah, ok.
que no sé si es wholesale, ¿no? Porque a mí ir a tiendas no me gusta. Entonces me encontré unos distribuidores aquí y me
Pero
traen las
es que
cosas a
fíjate,
casa, que es lo bueno que tiene.
tú
Yo le
tienes
paso
que
la
tener una
foto.
alternativa, porque con esta muchacha le tumbaron la cuenta. Entonces tú tienes un equipo que depende de eso.
Claro,
Por
es que-
6 meses la puedo recuperar después.
Sí.
Te hace por 6 meses y entonces lo tienes todo.
Bueno,
Tienes que tener una alternativa, una
Mira,
website.
el link que te envié, ese señor hace una presentación muy buena. El tío no paga, lo que da es beneficios.
Es verdad, Carlos, que yo desde el principio venía con mi
O sea, que
cuadernito y
lo que
preguntar. Desde
pues,
me
lo que
grababa
hagas
las
tú.
dos clases.
No, ya empezó junio, yo este mes arranco con wholesale.
Ella vive
Pero
cerquita
no
de
sé
aquí.
qué vas a buscar wholesalers.
Voy a
Pero
buscar.
yo una cosa,
Y yo le
por
dije,
ejemplo, yo
vente
soy
para
tres distribuidores,
ella.
pero al final yo no tengo el cash flow para...
Sí, y no sabía de qué lugar.
Que me limites el cash
No,
flow.
por eso, no tengo que comprar tantos wholesale, tengo que hacer como uno por uno, dependiendo de la capacidad que
Aunque
tengo de invertir.
tu wholesale tiene 20 productos.
No, tampoco,
No,
3, 4 productos.
digamos que tenga 5 productos. Empecé a comprar este, pues inmensamente.
Ya estamos en todo.
Pero 10 años.
No, poco a
Y
poco.
para enviar. Pero al final, yo por ejemplo, yo no
Pero
dejo
mandan a todos ellos la foto.
tenía no sé cuántos así, empecé a eliminar muchos.
Y antes,
Estoy
esta vez
viendo
para que no me
la
mate.
regla esa de
Ya
10,
tenían
80,
todos los.
estoy intentando centrarme en el 20.
Yo le estaba diciendo.
Exacto, yo dije lo mundial pasa que no te llenes de arte, que
Eran
el
todos los
producto.
sábados.
Sí, hay veces que hay productos que
Y tampoco
funcionan,
es
que se
wholesale
venden
tampoco.
bien, pero hay un 20% ese es el que sale muy fuerte. Pero ese 20%, yo por ejemplo ahora mismo no doy
And my wife is coming with the kids.
rellenado de porque pongo, ahora por ejemplo compré
Well, let me get set.
esta semana que viene.
Say, I'm gonna move your stuff so I can get set up, okay? I know this is the shark skin.
Estamos en el vídeo ahí, ¿no? Espero que no estemos en el vídeo ahí. Corta. Porque sí.
Bought a nice one, and the tip is like that. You hold it at a certain angle for it. You hold it at an angle, it works really well.
Dime, ¿pudiste verla ahí? Ahí tienes que poner Tax ID. Hay una parte que tienes que poner Tax ID.
Tengo que pedir permiso a la jefa, la abuela, en el límite
Gracias por venir. Ya sabes, el viernes que viene también lo hacemos por Zoom. Ah, qué bueno. Bueno, bienvenidos. Igualmente.
Sí, exacto, exacto. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. I'm working on it.
Recording you, bro. Good, good. Yeah, I'm just trying to get set up here.
obviously not recording you today, so you can't mess up as badly as you normally do.
Hey!
I guess you can see my YouTube search history. What's up?
Good to see you.
Good. Let me get set up real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Where's my glasses? This is so bad, I can't do this without my glasses anymore.
No.
Carlos, why don't you give us a presentation on how to sell international?
We could,
I'm interested in, do you translate your listings in German and in Japanese?
for most languages, I have somebody on my team that can do it.
Okay, but you have to
But
translate.
there's certain languages where you can't translate it. You can use ChatGPT to translate it, but you have to localize it.
Exactly,
And
okay.
that's where you really want somebody whose native language is that.
So you have to do that for all the listings.
All the listings. Yeah. We're gonna
Yeah.
be starting in like 6 minutes. I just wanna pull up my notes real quick.
And do you ship from the United products from the United States to Europe, or
Do I ship from, I try not to. I try to ship directly to the country.
from China, or where are your products located? Your products?
The majority of the time it was from China.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find.
Hay que bajar el truquito de las ventas internacionales. Esa se usa eso.
Going, man. Is it out? They're about to bring more.
Alex, claro.
Hey, how's it going?
Lo hago después del trabajo.
Ah, claro.
Pero me interesa, es que, aunque en la cuenta normal, en Estados Unidos, puedes decir que puedes leer.
Tenemos que
Yo lo
revisar.
hacía eso. Que te los pidas en Estados Unidos. Yo no me pero en vez de comida, tanto por el
Sí, son algunas cosas. Porque reflexiones en inglés.
La presentación es buena, pero son las todas, ¿sabes? Es muy buena.
All right, let's get started. Audio good? All right, we're good. Apologies for the late start, everyone. But you heard me asking myself a question and then answering it? No?
Whatever it takes.
Running a little behind today. We had the first Saturday of the month, we have the Amazon Seller Meetup group in Spanish. And it was a good one today, I think the topic. And Daisy kind of ambushed me at the end to get me involved talking, and then I didn't set up in time, but it was good. By the way, anybody here who does speak Spanish and who's not attended or likes to vender en español, obviously you are welcome to attend. It's not a duplicate of what we talk about here. It's a completely different topic, and arguably Alexis in the back puts together some great stuff. A lot of the times I'm like, man, I wish I could get involved in that. So it's like, it's great stuff. Today, let me pop up our sponsors so that I can spare you guys from an endless list of, you guys can see this, but these are some of our sponsors, and we are super blessed to have them as sponsors. We say no to more sponsors than we say yes, which is something else that I'm proud of. But most importantly with the sponsors is it's allowed us to do what we do here in this group. So my wife would not, the overhead on this location in Tampa, Orlando, we're gonna open a location soon. But if you're in Tampa, by the way, swing by our Tampa location. I'll be there Wednesday with Andres right here in the middle. We'll be having an event at our location in Tampa then. But to be able to pull all that off, it takes a lot. It takes a team, it takes a lot of capital and stuff like that. Our sponsors is what helps us like do that in a way without having to like sell a soul and pitch something of theirs that, you know, is really not that good. So if you're working, some of them have banners on the wall, which you can see, but you'll see some of them here as I'm talking, but if you have a question about one of them, I would love nothing more than for you to interrupt me and ask me about it so that I can tell you about them. If not, they have QR codes where you can scan. Most of them give a very unique discount to us here. But look, if you are working with someone that, for example, does your 3PL, I have Honu, Honu Worldwide over there, probably the best outside of Miami 3PL that I know. If you're doing something in Miami, it's Alexis with Remo Corp. But say you're doing something with another 3PL, that's great. But at least when you see one of these sponsors here that has helped us pull this off, when you see them at a trade show, just go up and say hi, take a selfie, let them know you saw them in WOE, because it's truly the reason why we're able to do something like this, and it's why we're not all huddled around a tiny little table at a Starbucks, for example. Instead, have a spot like this. For those of you that are new, bathrooms are in the back. Get up at any time, You can cross in front of the camera. I know some people are scared. Do they cross in front of this camera? Don't worry about it. There's food over there. Where's Daisy? Daisy leave. Daisy brought some even sweeter snacks and empanadas. I like to say that I like to tell myself that they are sugar-free, low-calorie, keto, right? But I'll let you be creative with that. But feel free to help yourself to any food or water you want there. And today's topic, for those of you that are new, we start with a beginner hour from 1 to 2 p.m. I'll take some questions that anybody has about Amazon or any part of Amazon. We'll take it. This is a group, not a dictatorship. So if you disagree with something that I'm saying, feel free to leave. No, I'm just kidding. If you disagree with something I'm saying, just say it. Like, that's cool. You don't have to say, you suck, I disagree, but you can just say it. Like, you disagree, you're doing it a different way. That's what this is about. One of the best things about this is that we can all do this differently and we can all succeed. So I'm not here to tell you that my way is the only way to succeed on Amazon, but it is the way I have succeeded in a really big way over the last 15 years of doing this on Amazon. So I might know a thing or two, and I'm happy to share it. So from 1 to 2, we're going to do that. If there's not a lot of questions, or maybe I'll just jump into it, what I like to do in the beginner hours, I feel that a lot of people don't like to raise their hand and say they have a question, but no matter where you're at, you're going to want to find new products that you can profitably sell. So what I've started doing, and people seem to like it, is I'm going to open my computer and I'm going to show you a product that I found this week that I'd be like, this is why I like it, this is why I don't like it, this is how I would sell it, and kind of talk my thought process out loud so that you don't have to get this product. As a matter of fact, it would be bad if all of you got this product, but so that you really know how to approach looking at products and making a product decision moving forward. I do private label, I do wholesale, I've done every Amazon model there is, so I try to frame this on how I would approach it from a wholesale side, how I would approach this from a private label side, how I would approach it as a hybrid, or why I would avoid it. That's the goal. I think everyone gets a lot out of that, and the back and forth discussions behind it are usually super helpful. I've noticed that I use a lot of different tools, so you're going to notice some tools that pop up and people are like, what tool is that? And we can get into that too, okay? But at 2 p.m. we're going to transition, and Tom, who's not here yet, will jump up here with me, and today's topic is going to be the Amazon Influencer Program. So in 15 years of selling, I've never created a course. I just launched the first Amazon Influencer course, and shockingly, it's doing amazing. Thank you. I'm not here to sell you anything, but it might get referenced throughout, at different spots during the group. But I bring that up because I sent out an email to a lot of you. I was like, hey, why did you get this? And it was really amazing to hear the feedback. A lot of people actually said it's for advanced sellers. So I must have messed up somewhere in how I communicated this. It is not just for advanced sellers. There are advanced sellers like myself and Tom, who's going to be presenting today, that use it. But like, for example, my motivation for using it is twofold. Doing the Amazon Influencer Program is twofold. One is I just love making extra money on little side hustles and stuff. Like, that part of me is still it's like a game to me. The second is I don't want to get up here and suggest you sell a certain way if I haven't actually done it or I'm not doing it, right? So like I'm a current seller, so I don't want to get up here and talk about the Amazon Influencer Program if I'm not doing it. But outside of that, I love the idea of having something that generates money that I can jam into my pay-per-click advertising, that I can buy more products, that I can do whatever you want with. My private label successes would not have been what they are without the money, the easy profits I was making from the Amazon wholesale business. I just wouldn't have been able to do it. So that's sort of having a cash flow engine. Let me see if it's, yeah, something just went wrong. Scared the hell out of me. Is it soundboard? I don't know. Let me see. So, give me a second. Hearing over the TV, but the TV's controlled by that board.
there it is, it works.
Lower the Bluetooth all the way on the board, that channel. That should do it. My
Was
mind
working.
doesn't think good with audio visual.
Was working just a second ago. The volume was say coming down when you pressed.
How's it coming down?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, perfect. All right, we fixed it on the desk without it. What was I saying? Oh, creating a cash flow engine and letting it forward funnel another part of your business is great. If it's not funneling another part of your business, hey, good bro, good to see you. If it's not funneling another part of your business, let it funnel a part of your personal life. I will tell you that you will have a lot greater of a time and be a lot more successful, however you're selling on Amazon, if you are not worried about paying the bills or impressing your significant other, whatever. It will help. So wherever you're gonna stick it, but it's a very easy way to make money. Requires not a great load of skills. My wife and I do it. By the way, mostly my wife, not me. She's coming today and she never comes. So like, when she comes, we're gonna try to like embarrass her a little bit. She's coming with my kids today. So we probably do like $3,100 a month on this thing. Tom was gonna be up here today, crush past 10,000 a month doing this program. Like, that's a nice little coin there. That's your mortgage, that's something else. It's a lot of inventory. That allows you to get a lot more aggressive with pay-per-click advertising if you want, whatever the case may be, but that's the topic today. So it applies to everyone. It's not an advanced topic. You can make it as complicated as you want, but it's not an advanced topic. With that, does anybody have like an amazing question? Not an amazing question. Anyone have a question that they want to ask? If not, I'm going to jump in to my computer and start showing some.
I guess about Amazon Influencer Program, is that too early?
You could ask.
Do you feel that it's gotten harder to get in since whatever, a few months ago?
Do I feel like it's gotten harder to get into the Amazon Influencer Program now than it was a year ago?
Yeah. Or is it about the same? We just now know more about what they're actually blocking versus before we were kind of like
The short, I guess I'm gonna say yes, just because the way Amazon rolls out a program is at first it's invite only. Then it's like they open the gates and they wanna get people in, and I think a year ago is when they opened the gates and let everyone in. And now it's kind of like, let's look at this a little closer. But it's still fairly easy to get in.
Right.
And with the data we're getting now, we figured out over the last 2 weeks, if you have a seasoned social media account, meaning your social media account has been around, regardless of the followers, but has been around over 2 years, you're just getting in. And then the quality of the videos you submit to get monetized is, like, it could be bad, and you still get it. If that doesn't make any sense to you, don't worry. Like, we're gonna get into that in the next, at 2 p.m. But, so if there's no questions, I'm just going to pop open events. Sorry, I didn't mention events. We have a China trip that we do every April and October. We put that on hold. We've had some really good conversations with Alibaba though recently. Looks like Alibaba's gonna be sponsoring the group, doing some cool stuff so that we can get together and go to Amazon co-create. But one of the other things would be, if we did do the China trip, being able to get like an exclusive tour, a lot of the Alibaba facilities while we were over there in China, which I think would be really cool. One of the events we're working on now is some Amazon FBA tours as a group. I'm hoping to be able to share something with you guys like in the next 2 weeks. So we'll be able to go as a group and tour these Amazon FBA facilities and hopefully see what it looks like on the other end with our packaging, and maybe that'll impact how we, package our own products. And what else? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and the podcast. Passion project of mine. We have an English one and a Spanish one. Take a second to subscribe and give feedback. It means a ton. If you come up and say something like, oh, that episode on blank, I loved it, that makes my year. I'm telling you, if you ever do decide to get into podcasting, you're pretty much in a room by yourself talking into a mic with no feedback. And it could get to your head. So like when somebody comes back and says even tell me you didn't like it or didn't agree, at least I know you listened. But feedback would be amazing. Again, the podcast is for our group. So I appreciate that. So let me get started. Andres, are you looking at YouTube? Could you? Yeah. I guess more importantly now is I'm going to switch my screen over, and I want everyone to be able to. I want to make sure that people on YouTube can see the screen. So since I'm running behind today, I actually made some notes over here so you can kind of see my cheat sheet a little bit. But it might not make sense to you, and I'm going to show you like what I'm getting at here. So are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, but the audio is not.
What do you mean the audio's not?
Keep talking.
Well, there's a delay, so you're not gonna hear it, but are people saying on the chat that there's a problem with the audio?
Yeah, the microphone volume is low.
Can you see if this one's raised all the way on the board, number one?
Yeah, that's already raised.
Well, that's as loud as it can get. I mean,
Like it's picking up from the camera. It's not picking up from
it has to be picking up from the camera.
either that or it's pretty slow. Yeah, one's all the way up.
All right, I'll try to talk a little louder. All right, so my kids, and this is what I'm saying, like a lot of the products that I have found on Amazon, they usually come from just like my day-to-day activities. Like I've been doing this for 15 years. None of this software was around back then. And it just required you to go into Amazon and do some research and look at some data points and then make a decision. I'm not saying you shouldn't use software, and I'm going to use a little bit of it now as we go through to validate some things. But my kids got this toy, and what it allowed you to do was go outside and catch insects, so that you could closely look at the insects through this thing. It was, I don't know what kids play with. I wouldn't have guessed that would have been a kid toy, but I looked at it and I thought it was really strange. And then I found this. So these little things right here, I priced this out. So this is a mason jar, this little glass right here. That's not even the main one. I'll just go to one of these other ones up here. The reason I'm going low, by the way, is these are sponsored product ads. So when you're doing a search for something, in this case I put in carpenter bee trap. And when you see this is a sponsored ad. So for me, that doesn't mean that they're doing good or bad. That just means they're running ads.
What's the search volume there? Do you have medium to 10?
I have,
Out of curiosity.
well, Jungle Scout should be populating in a second. I don't know why it's not. There you go. Look at these monthly revenues. Yeah. Well, here's another, but your point is good. When you do want to look at search volume, you want to make sure there's not just 5 people searching for this thing all month. My opinion on when it comes to search volume, especially if you're starting off, is don't run from low searches personally. I know we all want to be the #1 selling fat burner on Amazon, right? But I don't care how small the niche is as long as I'm the one dominating it. Is kind of like my take on it. But I need to start working that into my spiel of doing it. Like
Money is more important than search.
say, but what happened was I landed on something like this. The product I landed on, because obviously this wasn't what I searched for as soon as I saw my kids doing this toy. But what I came across was this one. Yeah. And I saw this and I was just like, 739. So let me talk out loud. Let me back up and talk out loud because I want to. Yeah, so I looked at this, and when I'm searching for something on Amazon before using tools, like in this case I searched for carpenter bee trap. I like to see that the main ad right here, which I still call a headline ad, this headline ad is relevant to the search. So sometimes you'll do this search and you'll see what comes up here is like camping tents. You're like, well, that has nothing to do with anything. To me, that means initially, wow. So if I ran a sponsored brand headline ad and I was relevant to the actual search, I'm going to do fairly well here. In this case, it is close. In my opinion, it's close enough related because we're talking about an insect, and this is like a bee bait for like bumblebees, right? But then I like to see that there's 4 ads, in this case sponsored product ads, and that the products that are being served up are relevant to the search again. In this case, they are. And then I get my next step is I jump, and I'm also keeping an eye here on the quality of images and the creative that's used, right? This is for me, this is a D. All right, this is a D. It's a stock image, or maybe they used Amazon's AI that's available now, and it generated this. And I think I know where they were coming from, and it's like, this is where bees live, you know? And you're attracting bees, and this is just, people are not gonna relate to this. So like, to me, the image here is a D. Then I come down here and I'm like, here are the people that are most aggressively trying to rank right now in the category. And I put all of these images as a D, or an F plus, you know? So the people that are most aggressively right now trying to rank for this product, their images suck, is the short answer. But they're ads. Let's see where the best sellers are for this keyword. So here we go. It's better. I mean, the green helps, but this is bad. This is all really, really bad. Most people I know that have seen this, they find this yucky, to see a bunch of dead insects just stuck to it. As a matter of fact, I think there's groups out there now like for insect rights or something crazy. Like it needs to humanely dispose of the insects and not just kill them, right? But this is horrible. What this looks like is if you have a great image, you pretty much won on this search, right? Again, we're going off this search term. So the product, when I initially did the search, was this one. Right, was it, did I say? Yeah, it was this one. This is, look at this. I don't even know how people get away with this anymore on Amazon. This is bad. And they're doing over 3,000 sales just in the last month. Right? How much? 130 grand. This is a 7-figure product. Again, when we're talking about gross sales here, which is why I think gross is bad. But they're selling this for $34.95. They are making a lot of money off of this. I used to source jars like this from China. I have a glass factory that I work with called Ruixen SZRX Glass. This is pennies. As a matter of fact, the lid, if they get a lid, because I can't really see it good here. Yeah, there's a lid. The lid costs more than the glass, right? Yeah, and the stamp, I mean, come on, who did that? Like, so they are making a killing. This is a 7-figure product that's probably doing 40%, right? So this is almost a unicorn. What I'm saying is, how would you have landed on this product? You wouldn't have, unless you had a kid and the kid was searching for insects to catch and stuff like that. Keep an eye. A really underrated skill as an Amazon seller, in my opinion, is that you only think you're sourcing when you turn the computer on and you open your favorite tool, right? You're not. Some of the best sourcing spots is just going to the grocery store, to Lowe's, to Home Depot, and just looking at the aisles and how they organized everything on the aisles, right? It's not a mistake. They got some geniuses in there on the way they organized this. Why did they put this next to this? Could that be one product? You know, like, it's a gold mine for sourcing, and just your day-to-day activities, your life, the things you're good at. These are great opportunities to find product ideas. So that's how, and every week that's what I've been doing. I've been bringing in here something that, remember last week it was something with, I broke my planter. I like doing gardening, so I broke my planter pot, and then I really wanted to plant this thing, and I just was desperate, and I grabbed this really big matcha bowl that I really liked that I had, and I broke the matcha bowl, and then I was like, I looked up how to put this together, and there's this thing called kintsugi, where you get like this gold paste, and you put the pieces together, and the end result is this product that looks even better because you're almost like highlighting the defects of it, and that was a massive category. But this is great. What was the question?
The sharing, the screen is not full.
What do you mean?
Trying to show you and the screen, or just the
No, I'm trying to show the screen. So this whole time it hasn't been showing the screen? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, you can see the screen. Thank you for that. But this is huge in profit margins. But that triggers what I call rabbit holing. So now it's like, how could I expand on this? So when I do private label, I have this, what I call like a stairway to PL approach. Is I found out accidentally, I'm using my own terminology here, by the way, so I'm going to explain it. This isn't like the accepted terminology in Amazon. So if it sounds like I'm talking weird, just stop me and I'll try to explain. But I find that a lot of people go into Amazon and they're like, I want to sell a product. Bowls are huge. Everyone has bowls. Like, how many bowls are in each household? So they start looking for bowls. And that's where money goes to die, right? You open one of these tools and you see that the company's making millions of dollars selling bowls. It's their top seller. But what you don't know is the economics of it. They're not making any money. You don't know that they're the #1 distributor in like any home store. Like, you're not there. So what I find is that if you can get minimum of 3, but 4 to 5 preferably, steps or stairways, steps on a stairway away from the main category, that's where the sweet spot is at. That's when you hear about riches in the niches. So instead of bowls, you have bowls, then you have maybe ceramic bowls, you have ceramic soup bowls, and now we're at ramen noodle ceramic soup bowls, sweet category. You could swap that out for soba, you could swap that out for French onion, but you've gone those steps away, and what you look at is, no, you're not in a 9-figure category anymore, but you're in a sweet 7-figure spot, and the competition is much less. The likelihood of you attracting, you know, nothing against the Chinese, but like a Chinese competitor knocking off your product become much less. You get to sell it for more. Your opportunity to differentiate is much higher. So that's where I've really excelled, in those sweet spots. So when you're looking at something like this, most people are like, I want to get into patio. I want to get into a patio and outdoors, right? Several spots away, maybe 6 or 7 spots away, you landed in something that has to do with controlling the pests in your backyard, right? And one of those pests has to be a carpenter bee. And so now you're here. So I jumped out and I started like furiously searching around, and the notes that I'm about to show you are not my next logical steps. Like, my mind isn't that sharp, but it's more of, I did like 10 minutes of rabbit holing, and then I said, oh, look at that. And then I wrote it down, and I'm like, let me save this for the group and send it over. So one of the other things I looked at is, so for carpenter bee trap, is this other one. So it was, here you go. Look at this. Carpenter bee trap lure. So you have this $24.99. This thing is 2 ounces, right? I've looked into, I won't bore you guys with like what's actually in this thing, but it's non-toxic. It's stupid easy to get. It's like this food grade. It's basically, you want to attract ants, you put sugar, right? So we're not talking about like reinventing the wheel. It's 2 ounces of this thing. This thing's a replenishable. It's got subscribe and save on it, and it's $24.99. This thing can't be more than $1.50, okay? And it sold 2,000 in the past month. So I think a lot of people would just kind of stop there, right? I'm thinking, you put this with this, put them together. You put them things together, you might be looking at like a $49 product now, or you could even drop the price. I'm not for like killing my profits, but we could drop the price a little bit, because I only have one Amazon fee for the transaction now, and I'm still making more money, but I look even more attractive here. Not to mention, I think there's a lot of things that we can do to make this box a lot more aesthetically pleasing, by the way, like than this thing. I mean, it looks like this person said, let's just sand the wood and send it, you know? But you wouldn't change the weight but by 2 ounces if you added it. You wouldn't have to package the lure liquid, because it's now in the packaging of this other one. It's just a huge win-win. So let me take a step here. What I would do, like, say you're into the wholesale model, and because what I'm talking about right now is very private label. But say you're into the wholesale model. I'm not familiar with the brands in this space for wholesale, right? But as a matter of fact, let me click in here and see if this is even a, pick up, no. How many resellers are on here? 2. So it's a private label. Look at the money this person's making. It's unbelievable. But if there was, like, when you're looking at a niche and you're like, let's just say this liquid, like Donaldson Farm was a wholesaler, more than likely what this would look like is there would be like 40 sellers, and you'd be rotating the box with 12 people. Probably somebody triggered a race to the bottom at some point that just didn't understand business, or their husband or wife said, how much did you put on the credit card? No, liquidate that, get it back, you know what I mean? And somebody tanked the price, it's never recovered. They weren't smart enough to use a repricer, and you're looking at this and you're like, there's really no money here. Like, I can buy cases of this thing, but I'm gonna make like, what is this? Like, this is to compete to see who's willing to make less, right? I don't want to play like that. But you could go to this person and say, hey, I don't want to resell your product on this listing. I want to open an account to sell. I'm looking at you just as an example, no worry. But I'm like, I'm not picking on you. So like, I want to sell this product, but I have my own brand of these wooden boxes with mason jars. And I want to create my own private label, wholesale private label hybrid, which a good question, by the way, came in during this week, and is I interchangeably say wholesale PL hybrid or PL wholesale hybrid. And the person's question was, do I say one before the other depending on the audience that I'm talking to? So if I'm talking to someone that's doing wholesale stuff, do I say wholesale PL hybrid to make it a little more enticing? I thought that was a really good strategy, actually, after it was said, but no, it's two different things. So wholesale PL hybrid is whichever product in the set is what brings the most eyeballs to the listing, that is the one you put first. So the example I gave at a recent, which by the way, guys, you missed it. It was in Spanish, but they let me speak in English, thank God. And there was an event that happened recently, Mundo Amazon. Some of you may not know Javier, but Javier years ago got started in this group. I mean, and since then he's just blown up on his own. But to be honest, I went just to support. I'm like, let me just support Javier. Like, guy started in the group, let me do it. Great event, really great event. But I got to speak a little bit about this, and it's like, say you get a wholesale account with Pop Secret popcorn, which you can. You're not, same example I just said, you're not gonna make much money in profit off these sales because there's a lot of resellers selling this. But if I go to AliExpress and I get some food grade gloves, so somebody can eat the popcorn without getting butter on their finger, and I create a butter blocking listing, right? That would be a wholesale PL hybrid because the search volume is already there for Pop Secret. So the wholesale is what's the pillar product in this bundle. Now, what a lot of people don't talk about is PL wholesale hybrid, and that is I have a coffee accessory and I'm crushing it on Amazon, but I want to add other wholesale coffee flavors to my PL. That's a PL wholesale hybrid. So I have the dominant traffic on my private label product. So that's how you say it. So in this case, let's say you were launching a brand of these wooden boxes with glass jars, right? God, did I scroll that far down? Jesus Christ. Yeah, right here. Say you were going to launch this, but the liquid that I just showed you was the one that had all the traffic, that wholesale one. That would be a wholesale PL hybrid opportunity. Is it making sense? Don't just nod to me, right? Like, we're here on a Saturday and it's in Miami, so like we're doing a lot of other things. Like, the idea here is for you to be able to grow your business and make money. If you don't get something, like, now is the time. The PL here would be, in this example I gave you, this is your private label. You've decided you're going to launch this, you have it, but you're like, man, it'd be so nice to get a lot more eyeballs on this. So you go to, slow. Dame un besito, papo. By the way, it's my wife. She never comes. And it's Tom, too. Normally we clap for Tom, but.
I love you.
I love you too, papo. Vaya con mamá. Vaya con mamá. Those are my two private labels. My favorite private labels. No hybrid there. And I think she's the mom. No. And the good news is Tom got here, so when we do the Amazon influencer, I'm a little flustered with my wife here, so when we do the Amazon influencer stuff, Tom's gonna get here, so, well, Tom will be up here with me, so that's good. So, yeah. Did I answer the question? Who makes this? God. I think you could get this made on, I mean, I saw this on Etsy. Right, so I looked and saw this on Etsy. So there's a whole bunch of people doing this on Etsy. I would check out what their costs are on Etsy. I would look at ThomasNet for this. But I guess the easy one would just be Alibaba.
Go to ThomasNet.
ThomasNet.
Suppliers, there's a company called Glory B out of Minnesota. They do all kinds of different pieces.
He's just showing off now, but yeah. Yes. No, you're right. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Glory B has got a massive supply catalog, so you're going to find this kind of stuff and other stuff. That's the category we're looking at.
Yeah, so it's lots of different ways you can do it. There's sometimes if you're looking at a product that it's like, you got to go to China for this. But you don't have to. I tell you what, I wouldn't do it like this person did it. I wouldn't put this I don't know what that is. I made a mistake a long time ago in like one of these triple stage wine aerators, which I wind up exiting the brand for. Great wine aerator. We got it. And our brand at the time was a brand called Tanners, T-A-N-O-R-S, right? So we had this brand Tanners, and we're like, this aerator, you put it together, and it had this stainless steel kind of collar in the middle, and that's how it's screwed together. So you took it apart to clean, you get it. And we engraved, I don't know, you've probably seen it at some point, engraved the word Tanners right on the front. And it did horrible. And we just didn't understand why. And then eventually, we just accidentally put up the wrong main image. And it was an image that didn't say the word Tanners on it, and it flew. So it's kind of like if I gifted you an amazing polo shirt, you'd wear it. But if I gifted you an amazing polo shirt that said Wizards of Ecom, you probably wouldn't wear it out on a date, right? You probably wouldn't wear it out with wifey, right? It just, you might wear it in the house or to cut the lawn, you know? That's the difference. Like, sticking your brand out here, like, they don't want that on their porch, you know? Unnecessary. You're gonna have your own UPC code for this. You could take the time to create some nice packaging for this that has your brand and your logo and everything on it, but you don't need to stick your name here. Yeah. Your name could be in the front of the listing. So, yeah, yeah. I think it's very short-sighted. Yeah, but you see what one's saying right now? Put bestbbrothers.com. It's in my opinion, at 100 and, let's talk about that strategy for a second. So this person put their .com on the front of it, right? If it's genuinely on the product, I guess Amazon would have to let it ride. But say they just put it there because they want Amazon to think it's there, they could get into a lot of trouble for that on Amazon. But if they had 12,300 reviews, I might be like, you know what, they're already crushing it on Amazon, they're putting it here, maybe they just want to save some, they don't need to really rank on Amazon. But at 123 ratings, they shouldn't be diverting anything. They should be keeping this traffic here and making these freaking sales so they can rank and get to a good spot.
What extension do you use to get the yellow frame on these?
I told you someone was going to ask. So I think this is lowest hanging fruit, but it could be Spizon or whatever they call themselves now. It's like this 3-letter acronym. But it's this is going to be, we're going to talk about this in the Amazon Influencer Program. Like, maybe I'll leave the computer open so we have one computer, and then Tom's a greater fan of these softwares than I am, so I think we'll touch on it.
But if you go to your WhatsApp, I sent you a link to the Trade Show Association, and then you can go to those trade shows, and then you can look at the actual people that are exhibiting in the trade show. If you look at real quick, there's a ton of them.
Forgive me for anything that opens in my WhatsApp that's, God knows what my wife sent me. How are we on time? Okay, we're decent. Account, link devices.
I mean, if you're looking to source B products, it's a great way for you to.
Any questions from the stream? Andre? No? It's loading. Well, no, we'll come back to that. Oh yeah, I think it opened. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This, I'm telling you, I've not been to this one, but I promise you, like, I will bet, if I lose, I pay you back for your plane ticket. If you went here as a wholesaler, you would leave with a bunch of accounts at these shows. These niche specific shows are gold mines for opening up wholesale accounts. The worst way to open up a wholesale account is the whole saw it on Amazon, I'm gonna email, and then I'm gonna call, and that's the way the majority of people do it. This show would pay for itself 1,000,000 times over. If it's B Expo or RC Car Expo or Reptile Expo, like something very specific, they're gold mines. There's a B Expo, unbelievable.
Look at that second one now, Anthony's Beehive.
Where am I looking at? Right here, Anthony's Beehive.
Do like woodwork, I think, more down.
Oh, one more down?
I don't know, I was looking at, there's one that has like wood bee boxes or something, I don't know.
Yeah, look at this, nuts. Anyhow, so let's keep going here. One of the things that I noticed, let me find this liquid that I just showed you guys a second, right here, is something you should look at is look what they have in this title. So when I was rabbit holing and I saw this, again, I started with just the product, and then I was like, wow, there's this liquid that's 2 ounces selling for 20, is it 25 bucks? Selling for $25, 2 ounces of this thing, and it's pretty much just sugar, right? And it's like, Jesus, this is great. We could put this together. But then I looked at it and I was like, look at this. For all trap types, I think this is a mistake, what they did. This is for natural carpenter bee attractant for all trap types. Honeybee friendly, carpenter bee lure. Each one of these types of bees, I think, should be a different bottle, right? So I think you should have a wood boring bee lure. I think you should have a carpenter bee lure. I think you should have a honeybee lure. All of these should be different lures of the same thing, that you're speaking to the person when they, like, I see this and it's like, it's for everything, but they haven't seen our carpenter ants. Like, our carpenter ants are like on steroids. So, but if the thing said it was for specifically carpenter ants, then you're gonna buy it. And you could probably sell it for more. It's like, what's going on, love? You good? Let's see who's brave to sit up here. ¿Quién quiere sentar aquí? Okay, so what we,
You said you will keyword stuff it?
I would go,
Or you will-
no, I wouldn't keyword stuff. This would be different variations. There would be a variation for honeybee lure. There would be a variation for wood bee lure. There would be a variation for wood boring bee lure. And I would come up with 12 different things. It's all the same factory. It's probably the same solution. You put a different insect, right? The packaging would be the same, except the insect right here would be different. That's the only thing. I put a yellow, I don't even know this is a thing, but it'd be like a yellow jacket lure, a hornet lure. I would just keep going. And you'd have this like monster listing. That's what I would do. And when you got the product, I would list it. Yeah.
Go to their store.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep, but it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
They have corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the horses. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a bag of corpse.
Yeah.
What he said.
No, look, this is bat attractant. Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep into the store, but it was a great store. This is a mason bee attractant. Oh, see, this is where I said earlier where I think they messed up, because a lot of this, they thought about doing the separate listings, but they should have brought them together. So what this looks like on private label is that you list it separate, you enroll it in Vine, you get 30 reviews, and then once you get the reviews, you marry it to the listing. So now all the reviews are going to add up together. So you got 10 variants from the same factor, the same sugar solution. You put it together and do it. A lot of you guys are nodding your head yes, but this is a winner. And if you did it, you would really thank me for this. And some of you may be thinking, you know what, everyone's going to do it. They're not. So if you're looking for a product, I'm giving you guys a great one here. And I'd recommend doing it. You can just look, go back to the video of this recording and see. Okay, let's jump to something else. We're running out of time.
Those corks are nuts.
Yeah. We covered this a little. We talked about the lure. You see I had it here, checkout storefront. You see? Yeah. Bee bait, we covered it. Look at this, wasp outdoor trap. This is gonna be weird. Yep.
What's the show website again?
Tell them, I'll show them, like, I don't have to tell you to tell them, they hear me. I'll show you only if you buy me a plane ticket to go with you. No, I'll show you. What is it called? The Bee Expo. So NAHB Expo, the letter B. What city? Oh, we got some excitement here. Let me see, I don't know. NAH, oh jeez, look at all these vendors. This is a gold mine for wholesale, even if you want to do private label. I almost want to go. Babe, I'm going to a Bee Expo. Bee Expo. I don't know. It doesn't say. I want to spend. If somebody can look it up. Yeah. Oh, if it's in Orlando, we're going. We're doing a Bright Line meetup. We're going to do a meetup on the Bright Line train as we go. Okay, but if somebody can look it up while we're doing this, where it's located. There's a what? Beekeeping with Natalie. Creations. Creation by Natalie. Louisville, that's a hard sell there. Okay, so Wasp outdoor trap. Look at this. Where's the bags? Hold on, I found these bags. Look at these things. Do you know the cost of these are nothing? Right, but there's these bags. Where are the bags? Oh, I think
numbers are looking good right now just because we're coming out of spring.
I'm sure there's some seasonality to this, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the one I'm looking for. Let me search this. So you see how I wrote replen here. I think getting into something that is replenishable is super important as we move forward on Amazon. You don't have to. Like if you find a one-off thing, that's great, you can do it. But these bags, yeah, here we are. They're like little disposable. They're disposable. Look at this. Over 500 in the last month. Disposable wasp trap bags. So guess what you're going to match with this? Wasp trap lure. You're going to put a little ointment on the outside of these things and double the price of what you sell it for. So huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like pennies. This thing costs pennies. I think this would do better too for somebody that doesn't like that ugly look of, you know, that stick or the box of this. I mean, this looks nice. Like at least they had some branding in mind. And then we'll do one more here, and then I'm gonna get set up so we can get into the main topic of today. This is switching gears almost completely, but I kept it in the same niche. So anybody want to tell me? I'll let you go first. Is this why this can be good or bad, by the way, so there's no wrong answers, but what would be some $159? It sold 50 in the last month. It's not a great image, but what would be some concerns that you would have looking at this product? Because it's big, right? So I agree. That's mainly what I wanted to get at, but if anyone wants to throw anything else out there, I want to.
It's not mass market.
It's not mass market, no. I'll tell you what I see when I see something like this is you're looking at an oversized product, right? So you need to be careful. It does not mean you need to run from it, right? You just need to know your numbers. The cost of this must be good enough because it's in FBA. And this listing's got 908 reviews, so it's not like they don't know their numbers and they started selling it. They would have been bankrupt a million times over by now if this didn't make sense. So it is oversized, but it's FBA-able. Well, when I looked here, it doesn't look completely collapsible, and I didn't see anything assembly. I'm assuming that when you get it, it's not in these pieces, and these little screws that you see are things that you're gonna have to like assemble, right? But what that means to me is that this thing may not be oversized. That when it is disassembled and before you put it together, it's much more compact. That changes everything. So now you're looking at a $159.99 item that is not oversized. And this could be a great product. I would order this, and well, first we gotta see if it has a video. So to kind of transition into the Amazon influencer program, if we're gonna buy it, we're gonna buy the one that we can add a video on. So we can, right? Brand merchant videos, influencer videos, 0. Open influencer slots, 5 on a $159 product. We'll get into that in the next section on our topic. Don't buy it, Tom. I'm buying this. This is my call. Babe, we're gonna review an influencer box. I mean a bee box.
We're gonna grow bees.
We're gonna grow bees in the house.
Since you come in, he's going to a bee trade show and he's buying a bee box.
Yeah. See how they're influencing me, baby? No, so I would look at this, and if it's not, like let's assume that it's not completely collapsible. When you see an oversized product, think about how you could re-engineer it. And by that, I don't mean you and your skills. I mean talking to the factory with their engineers and saying, I need to get this in a box no bigger than this. How would you do it? And like, what's stopping us from doing this? And putting them to work on that. And if they come back, remember, they want your money. If anything, they err on, yeah, we can do it, right? But if they come back and say, no, you can't, okay, maybe test another person or two out, but they're probably gonna come back because they want this money, and they're like, this is how we would do it, right? And when you do get a product like that, that somebody does have to assemble, unless you're me, I don't want to assemble anything, right? But there's something called the IKEA effect, and that is when you take part in the assembly of something, you care more about it. You're more invested in it, and that translates into you leaving more, the conversion rate on product reviews for this being higher. So for something that sells 50 a month and has 908 reviews, they have a really good conversion rate. Yeah, it's another great thing to look into the actual. Yep. Yeah. Let's see.
It's hard to assemble. Was the negative review, not review, the negative feedback, scroll up? Yeah, go to the one star. No, just scroll up here. Splitability, what does that mean? So it doesn't split?
Splitability, 27. Customer dissatisfied with the splitability of the animal shelter. They mentioned that parts of the frames crack and pieces don't fit together. The cheap grade of wood easily splinters and splits. Some customers also say that some of the frame pieces.
The material quality.
So material quality.
One star on the left.
Hold on.
You'll read the reviews of the people that put one star.
Same. Really nice B boxes, but out of the 4 we ordered, we have 1 with 2 bad deeps. Tried calling support. This is more of a customer service thing. That's just shame on them. To be honest, though, the person didn't seem very bright from the verbiage they used. The hive is okay. If you are in a bind and need one quick, the dovetails are. We got an order. Hurry, put it in the box, ship it out. Open the box, and thankfully I know how to assemble hives, but for a newbie doing it, good luck, because there wasn't any instructions when open. So there's some assembly that's involved in it. I would say that, and I don't have time to dive into this, but if you've heard us talk about adding a mobile app to your physical products to differentiate on the technology side, this would be a fantastic time to do that. You also have plenty of space to put it. With that, maybe we use this for the test, but that just mentions how there's video instructions on how to put this together. Would probably do a great job in addressing that. You guys find this valuable? Like, does this sort of thing work? Okay. I may not use this one as an example again, but I cannot emphasize again how easy it would be to get into that niche and make some good money doing that brand. Okay. All right. Let's do this. We're gonna take like a 5-minute, like a 5-minute break, get some food, drink. I'm gonna go make sure my kids are situated. Then Tom's gonna jump up here with me, and we're gonna talk about the Amazon Influencer Program, which is our topic of the week, okay? Thank you. Tom's gonna do autographs afterwards, guys. See. That'll be good. Do I need to get you another Diet Coke, or is that gonna last? So, okay.
They put it in the box. They give the papers. These things are solid.
I almost got in trouble for something like that. You have to make sure he puts it inside. This is not for resale. This is for gag.
And he did that, but he also did something better. He actually gave a said $120,000. Like, he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
So this is a Patek Philippe box on our no box. I mean, these are $100,000 watches.
Should get one of those watches and review it in the program, because no one's, I mean, you're showing it, but it's not.
But I don't think they're not going to sell that on
Right. All right. Good?
By the way, I'm Wendy, I'm the one that messaged you.
Oh my God, yes.
About I saw the whole, everything, great course. Yeah, I just have to now do the whole thing with the followers. Remember I told you about the page that I had? So I just have to do that. I just have to.
You are still using it. We used to.
Yeah, but it was I'm glad I got it, so.
Good to hear. My first one, and I'm gonna add a lot more to it.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's why I asked you if it had, because sometimes I could, when I purchase those courses, sometimes I could get to it right away, but it was like, one of those things that you could, I mean, I know you put that there, it's like an hour, just the whole thing, but you could just sit, like,
Good.
and you could just watch it in like one sitting.
Yes, that was the goal, like to be able to like
It's not
digest it.
hours and
Actually.
hours,
Right.
so, yeah, so.
I'll probably, what I'm gonna add is probably gonna add an hour, hour and a half to it, but I think still under 2.5 hours is something you.
But anything, yeah, but you're adding to it and it's just value, value that you're adding things that we need to know, so. But
One of the next things is gonna be adding some software.
okay, awesome.
Ready, Tom?
Yeah. Are you gonna do one on food? I think you were talking about doing one on consumables, like a
course.
A course.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That'll be fun. I got the tall one. Look at that. Oh.
You guys ready?
There's so many knobs on this thing.
Here, I'm gonna put this in case either one of us wanna get the computer.
And this is a good thing to use here. That one there. What product are you on? Oh, the Beehive one. They had a bee repellent on there.
The category looks,
What did you think of that trade show with all those booths there?
bet it's a gold mine trade show. All right, let's do it. I meant to bring this up in the other part of the class, just a funny book to pass around. It says, hear me out, this is a gag book, right? But it's a gag book. You know what it is? But we don't do politics in here, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, but the book says reasons to vote for Democrats, right? And it's a blank book, right? So you could put, I just happen to have this one, but you could do reasons to vote for Republicans. You could say reasons to be a reseller, reasons to do private labor. You could do whatever you want. That's not my point. My point is like this book, we did the math, we were talking about the math on this, and this book has 6,500 reviews. No. Yes, has 6,500 reviews, like 5-star. And you would think there's probably a lot of negative reviews in there, because you imagine if you're a Republican or you're the opposite, you're mad, right? So 6,500 reviews, it looks like about 3% of the buyers leave a review. So if 3% of the buyers left a review, we kind of multiplied that out. It looks like they got 250,000 sales of this book. and it sells for like $20-something, right? So I pass it around and take a look at it. It's like $20, but,
Can I take a picture of it?
oh yeah,
and send it to my coworker?
my favorite one is the chapter on the policy of jobs, which you'll really like, but you can pass it around and take a look at it.
I would love to throw ChatGPT and ask it what you could make books like that for, like titles for that kind of book, what it would give you. You know, like, I don't know. I don't even want to say. But I mean, as long as we're like being a little bit
To be a bookkeeper, and oh, you want to go on that vein? Go.
like, you know, top Jewish NBA basketball players. Not to be offensive, I'm just, you know.
But it just kind of shows you like how creative you could be. I got it because I'm working on a YouTube video that I'm going to put out that talks about print on demand and how to make a couple $1,000s a month doing print on demand. We don't talk about that topic a lot, but in doing that, I'm using it as a prop in the video. Then when I had it, I thought I would just share it with you guys. But we're going to get into today's topic, which is going to be the Amazon Influencer Program. Tom, jumping up here. I think the only influencer meetup we've had to date that was actually that topic was actually Tom and his wife, half, Lisa, who's with him, who's a genius when it comes to Amazon stuff, but she doesn't, you don't see her very often, similar to my wife. But this is our second one, and that last one did phenomenal, so I know the topic has a lot of traction with everybody here. I think, based on what everybody shares in the group, Tom's also leading the pack on revenues for the program. We're not going to talk about how to make $50,000 a month on it. The idea here is just to make sure you know what we've learned since then. I'll touch briefly, because I think everyone here knows what it is. And yeah, what we've learned and how to make money from the program and why you should or shouldn't do it, right? You want to add anything?
No, how many people here are in the program and monetize for commissions? How many people are struggling to get in the program? And how many people know nothing about the program? All right, okay, good. Okay, got it. We got you covered. We got everybody covered here.
You're not in monetize yet, one?
No.
We got to work on this.
Just got the Instagram from Mustafa.
Mustafa, okay, good.
Who is it?
Mustafa, he sells social media accounts.
Seasoned accounts. Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
President
So we'll see.
Donald Trump via Twitter, great book for your enjoyment.
I have no idea if that's actually a real tweet or not, but I'm sure he would endorse that. All right. What do you want to start with? What it is, or
Sure, you go ahead.
you want me to go?
Yeah.
The Amazon Influencer Program is. So let's talk about like what it's not. So a lot of people know what the Amazon Associates Program is, and that's where you can get a link to any of the products on Amazon. You can share it out, and if somebody buys it, you make a commission on that, a small commission. The Amazon Influencer Program is something that exists within the program and allows you to do a lot of things, but for the purposes of this group is you could just take a video of you reviewing it. Did you do this one or you did Energy
I
Drink
did.
Zone?
I did that one.
This one. So you do a review of your Prime water. You mention why you like it, and it then goes on Amazon, that video. And does this have a video on it?
The video's there, but I don't think it would usually show there.
It doesn't. You have one that you just, I guess, iFlow.
Well, just go to, you can go to here, and this will actually show you if there's any influencer videos in this category.
Doesn't look like it.
There's not, okay.
But I'll pull it up in a second.
Here's one here. This one has an influencer video on it.
So what'll happen is this person got this product, and you want to click on it and play it?
This one? That's not it. Oh, this is a guy who has his own channel. He calls it Nerd News Social,
Right.
and he earns commissions.
So yeah, so Nerd News Social, this guy recorded a video of this product, and now anytime that somebody is looking to buy this product and they click on this video and then they buy the product, you make money. That's the short of it. So you don't have to have an audience. You don't have to have an active social media. You don't need to do a lot of the stuff that's really hard to get the product sold or put in front of a bunch of eyeballs. The eyeballs already exist on Amazon. And for the person to have any chance of seeing your video, they're somewhat interested in the product because they got to the product detail page. So it's easiest way to describe it is the easiest way to make money that I have seen ever on Amazon. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I do this program, but when I say I, it's 99% my wife. After the first few videos that I did in the beginning. Yeah, you wanna?
As an Amazon seller, I have to tell you that it's so nice to get a check back from Amazon, right? So I feel like, you know, you're getting a little dividend check back from them. So the fact is that you can maybe use this money to maybe pay for your PL, your PPC, or something like that. But when Amazon sends you a check every month and it's a couple $1,000s, it sure feels nice knowing that you're kind of giving a little business back to them or taking some away from them. This has probably been the easiest thing I've ever done to make money on Amazon. I'm not an influencer. I don't have a tribe of people that follow me. I can tell you that it has helped develop a skill set that you may not have. So getting on camera you may find daunting and maybe like, oh my gosh, my hair's not done, or you know, I don't look great on camera, I don't sound well, etc. But there's that one amazing feature on your phone that's called a delete button. So if you don't like it, delete it, do it again. So I don't get real crazy in terms of the editing. I do mine in one fell swoop. I don't edit it. I don't want to come in and chop it up unless I'm doing something that someone's hired me to do and to assemble a beehive like we talked about before or something like that. But for the most part, it's one shot. And if I don't get it right and I flub up, delete, and just do it again. Because by the time I'm going to go and edit it with any kind of editing software, look how much time that's taken you. It's easy for me just to spin out another 45 seconds of me regurgitating something about the product. So pretty simple to do. That, you know, once you get approved on the program, it's just reviewing all the products that you have in your house, just to give yourself a lot of practice. Don't worry about some of the advanced topics and techniques that we're going to talk about, but I just want to show you some of the scalability that you can do later on to really maximize the amount of money that you're making. The idea is to get approved on the program. Once you're approved on the program, let's get your first 100, 200 videos up, and you will be surprised at the amount of people that starts reaching out to you to give you their products for you to review those videos. So that will start to happen as you start to get more experience in the program.
It's surprising how many do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Babe, do we use any edit? We use CapCut anymore, or we do?
Yeah, I use CapCut.
Yeah. We're using CapCut still, or no?
CapCut is one of the easiest softwares. So I mean, if you're going to do something like I actually got an inflatable raft for the kids.
For the kids.
It's a pink flamingo.
Okay. I don't see you in that.
It's a pink flamingo, and what's cool about it, it's pretty big, and it has this little, it's a solar paneled one, so it's a charging one. So at night, the flamingo lights up, so it's a light at night. So clearly you can't do the video at night and review the product, so you have to review the product during the day, but I took like a little 5-second video of it at night, so I will use CapCut to say, hey, this is the inflatable, 8-foot flamingo, right? This is made out of whatever. It does have this little solar panel charger to it. Let me show you how it looks at night. Now that's something I will CapCut into it just to give that kind of perspective. The idea behind it is that someone looks at the product, they click on your user-generated content, they're interested in this. Maybe your job, once again, is not to go through all the features of the product, right? I mean, if you were reviewing an iPad, that's not your job, is to review all the features of an iPad. To tell them why you like it, how convenient it is, maybe take it on the airplane, etc. Let Apple do that. Let the brand do that and describe the whole product. You're just there to tell them about your experience, maybe a couple of things about why you like it. Hope this review helps. That's it. End of story. That's how easy it is.
Yeah, like if you're using the iPad example, instead of going through all those features, just how convenient it is to use the iPad to take notes when you attend conferences.
And I don't know if you guys don't want us to cut into.
Oh no, please do cut in.
Okay, with regards to, and this is probably a little bit more.
I mean, that's what we're cool with. Take questions throughout.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the part where you guys say about people contacting you, if you could go into those specifics, because.
Why you're not getting reached out to?
No.
Are you checking all the social media?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Every day.
I've never heard of that.
I have 600 videos up, and I barely, maybe I've gotten contacted a couple of times.
Have you gone into the Facebook groups? There are Facebook communities where Chinese agents, and I'm not picking on the Chinese agents, but that's typically where you're going to find them. They're going to say, they're going to put a picture up and say, I've got this left-handed broomstick. I need 5 people to review this product, and I'm willing to pay $20 for it. Are you interested? DM me. And so what I do is I get up early in the morning, and it's usually the first one in gets it, right? They're not culling through your stuff. But what I'll do is I'll say, I'm very interested in your product. I love left-handed broomsticks. This is my channel, and this is where I would probably shoot the video. So I have maybe a couple of stills of maybe your background or something that looks good, your living room, your pool, your backyard, or something like that. Give it a little like, hey, you're a pro, even though we're not pros, but give it that kind of feel. And then usually they'll say, what's your address? And they'll send you the product. Now, once they send you the product, you do the review, you do the video, you tell them you've done the video, you tell them that it's going to populate on, you know, Amazon's page. If they don't pay you, what do? Take down the video. So they usually send us money via PayPal. I'll tell you, we're probably making, I don't know what you guys do, maybe a couple grand a month, just in the Chinese agents that are reaching out to you. And it's not that you're going to go on these channels and bid for products every day, but you're going to try to start a relationship with the person. And their name is going to be a Chinese name that's now an English name. So, hey, Sophia, you know, I'm happy to do any products that you have. Reach out to me first. Where are you based out of? You know, how many products do you represent? You know, just there are people on the other end of it. So try to establish a relationship. So now we have probably a half a dozen of these agents that will get products, and they'll reach out to us first because they know we'll do a good job. We'll know we'll turn it around fast. So you start to develop relationships with those agents, so you don't have to go in that, you know, daily kind of conga line bid for everything.
What type of Facebook pages are you talking about? Amazon
Amazon influencer group pages. Spyzon has a page. Some of these pages are asking you to pay $10 a month. I mean, you can do that at your, you know, whim. Some of them give you like 14 days trial. You can reach out to me and I'll give you all the groups that we're part of so you can see them. And I would just search within Facebook groups for Amazon influencer groups just to see what comes up, but then go through them every day and I'll show you, you know, who we use. Yeah, no problem.
Do you have a straight fee or whatever they want to pay you?
So we learned the hard way, right? One time they sent us this shelving unit that goes above your toilet. And this thing had shelves on this side, and it had shelves on this side, and some on top. My wife's like, oh, we could use that upstairs in one of the kids' room. I'm like, okay, great. Man, I tell you, if there's a way that the Chinese are going to kill me, it's with that little Allen wrench and all those little screws that you have to do and turn in. Oh my gosh. So it must have taken me 45 minutes to install this thing, and they paid us $50. So just understand what you're getting into in terms of the amount of work it's going to take you to assemble the product before you put a price out there. If the price, here's another thing to look at, if the price of the item is $100, I'll probably do it for free. If the price of the item is $100 and I look on that account and I notice that there's 1,000 reviews and they're selling 1,000 units, definitely going to do it for free. Maybe I'll do it for $10 or $20. If it's a new product, I'm going to look at the storefront and see what other products that owner of that storefront has been, you know, selling in the past. And if it looks like he's got other winners in that group, meaning that he puts PPC love behind it, then I'll probably do it at a lower cost. Now, if it's somebody that's just starting out, or I'm looking at their storefront and they've got 2 or 3 reviews on all the other products that they have, I'm not going to do it for free, right? So I want to make sure that if I'm doing something for free, it makes sense either dollar value wise or the fact that there's a lot of reviews or I see a potential of a lot of reviews coming. Make sense?
Yeah, if we see that there's a lot of opportunity with the brand, to what Tom's saying, that there's other products that they have that we could review that are just low-hanging fruit that we could make money on, we'll do it. Otherwise, we just do $50. I don't think we've been hit with anything, babe, that was so complicated we were like, this isn't worth $50. Wasn't there one with like a kid's tattoo and the tattoo wouldn't come off?
No, but that was
It was like a removable kid's tattoo and the thing would not come off.
But that sounds like a lot of like therapy bills. You know?
I think we said we're not doing that. We're not leaving them a review, I think we said, right? Because we don't want to act like this was a good thing and it was bad.
No, but there was one with a, there was like one of those bird cages that has like a camera.
Oh, yeah.
So you can connect it to your phone and so you can see like the birds from your phone. The concept sounded really good. I'm like, oh yeah, totally can do that.
Very complicated.
And then I was just having, I guess the way that you connected was weird. And I just could not get it to connect to my phone. I just could not. I go to that guy, how do I connect this? And I was spending so much time. I just, we just said that it kind of dissolved. He's like, it's okay. Like I couldn't review the thing because I couldn't connect.
That brings us up a really good point, right? So you're going to look at what they're requiring you to do. Like if they're going to give you a product and say, look, I need a male, a female, 3 kids, your dog, and your cat to actually show the product in view, you're like, oh, that's a little too much. You know, if they're telling you to not only assemble the bird watching kit, but I want you to show how the app connects, I want you to show it in use, and I want you to show a video of a robin, a blue jay, and a cardinal. You know, you're like, okay, that's a little too much. So a lot of the times when I'm doing the video review, don't think that you get the product and you actually have to show it in use for it to be useful. Like, let's say you get a hold of a tire cleaner as an example. The first thing that probably comes to your mind is like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get out there and I'm gonna have to hose down the tire and I'm gonna have to show it in. No, here's the can. This is the tire cleaner. I use it on my cars. I use it with my wife's car. All you need to do is spray it with water, scrub it, let it sit for a couple minutes, wash it dry, really easy to use. This is a 32-ounce can. It comes with a spray nozzle to it. Great product. I hope this review helps. Don't overthink it.
So there's a lot of different types of reviews. I said be a general review. You could do an unboxing review. You could do a product in use, how it's performing 2 weeks later. Who was the guy in the podcast that did one on a fan? Was it humidifiers or fans in a chicken coop? And it was like, how is this thing standing up 2 months later? So you went back. So there's a lot of different types of reviews you could do.
And you can do. There's no terms of service violation for doing multiple reviews of the product. So if there's a product that maybe you want husband and wife to do the review of, you can do it. I've seen product pages where I've seen one person have 5 video reviews of it. This is my table outside. This is my table inside. This is my table for the tailgate. This is my table with me standing on top of it.
With a turkey on it.
I mean, so he took up the whole carousel of slots.
Yep.
Now, eventually, he'll get booted out by other people that are, fighting for those spots, but you can certainly do his or her perspective. And like Carlos said, you can do something that says, I've done this, here's my tires, and here's my tires being cleaned. Here's my tires 6 months later. Here's my second application for it, so you can actually do multiple reviews of the same product at a later date.
That's not against terms of service?
Nope.
No, not at all.
As long as it's a second, it's a true different video.
Yeah.
There are people.
It's not editing.
There are people that put up multiple videos of the same video and they title it different to just take up that carousel spot. That's against TOS. There are people that do the same video. Let's say it's a pesticide, and they put up that same pesticide video, but they tag multiple different products. It may work for a little while, but then you'll get booted off, and it's not worth getting booted off by tagging and cheating. Just don't cheat. I mean, they're going to find you. It's just like my kids, you're going to goof up, but I'm going to figure it out eventually. I may not find out today, but I'm going to figure it out.
Sound like Liam Neeson. They're going to find you.
I'll find you. I will find you. And when I find you,
I did one of the Chauvet lights that are up here. I did one of just the light, and I did one with the lights on. So like performing, showing the different club lights, and those do good.
Yeah.
Both of them do good.
I mean, you'll find some stuff that you can do ahead of time. Like I did a Christmas wreath that goes on your front door. And I did it before Christmas, like Halloween. So I just did that wreath, and some days I get like 85 sales or commissions on that, because you kind of do stuff before that holiday trend or that holiday season. So do stuff that's before Mother's Day. We did there's a card, it's a bouquet of flowers card. So basically you have to assemble this card, and it looks like a 3D card. I mean, we must have 300 of those cards that we got commissions on. So sometimes you can do a little preemptive thinking in terms of what's coming down the pike.
Question?
Possible to see samples of product reviews or yours?
Yeah, boy, that's what's against terms of service, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can
We're not supposed to do it on a recording.
Oh.
Well, we could show it in Amazon. So if we go to the product.
So if you want to go to our product page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to iFlow.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give you an example.
Are you trying to show the screen also?
I'll go back. I just took the screen off because we weren't showing the computer, and I figured it'd be better seeing people talk than that. But I'll turn the screen.
The videos can be anywhere from 30 seconds long, and they can be as long as you want. But usually 30 seconds is. By the time you introduce the product, today I'm talking about the Diet Coke. It comes in a 12-ounce can. It gives me caffeine. I like it without the sugar. I hope this review helps. I mean, you're at 30 seconds. If you can't talk for 30 seconds, I'll come over there and hit you on the head with a tack hammer. I mean, you should be able to do it. This is a great product example of something that was given to me for free. It's a $129 product. I had to do some installation in it, but this guy is running TV ads. He's selling 1,000 units a month of this, and it's a $129 product. So I took a little time to cap cut the video, and I think it's something that you would lean into. This is ideally what you want, and I was one of the first to review it, so I'm one of the first ones in to do it.
You want to do yours?
You can do it? That's fine. Yeah. Hey! Team of Dead.
Well, you can see it. No, the volume is. Think he's intentionally flexing, or is it? Why is he?
So it's just, I mean, it's good lighting.
Look at this! Look at this! Hey!
Same guy.
Well, you're gonna see some other familiar faces.
Is it going to rotate through? Go to the next
I think it's gonna.
The next one? I don't think it'll go through unless you. Carmen.
Anybody recognize this person? I think she's just showing off with the background, I think.
This is where I live. Come and see me. You know, this is my condo.
And then, do we give her a little airtime?
Yeah, sure.
The sound is not.
No, the sound's not coming through because we have the sound muted or there's feedback.
Give her the product too, or just the box?
So actually, we have 2 air handler units. So she's doing the one upstairs, and we're doing the one downstairs. This is my daughter. We just got her approved on the program about 2 weeks ago. Now here's something really interesting. So this product comes with that consumable right there, right? So this brand sells the product and sells the consumable. So guess how many videos I'm going to do? 2 videos, right? I'm going to do one on the product and one on the consumable.
In this case, would you be able to apply the same video to 2 SKUs, to 2 lessons, or not?
I don't do that. I don't want to.
It's called zombie reviews.
I don't want to. I mean, you get a cease and desist from Amazon, and you just blew up all the stuff that you're doing on Amazon. It's not, the juice is not worth the squeeze. I mean, I think this pays me $3 every time someone hits it. So, I mean, is it worth $3 to get booted off the program? So this is not, you're not making these huge commissions, but these little dollars and cents add up to the point where you're making, some decent money. I think in the last 5 days, I'm averaging $273 for the last 5 days. You do $273 a day, I think I'm at $99,000 for the year. Christmas time, I think I did $11,000 in December, $10,000 in November. And it's a matter of getting product reviews up. We have almost 1,400 videos up. So when it may sound daunting, but man, this is a cash register right here. This is easy.
Yeah.
5 videos a day, 2 of you doing 5 a day, that's 10 a day.
I think we put in like a few videos a week, just because we're busy, as you can see. Busy, and we're at like 3,100 a month, which is 37,000, not counting Christmas spikes. I mean, that's what a Miami-Dade school teacher kind of makes. Sorry, yeah. I'm not that far off from what like a school teacher does, putting in like 60 hours a week from the program. So, and there's a lot of other different ways which we could get into on how to make money from the program. I think everybody's kind of sold on like, you could make money from this, right? There was people that hadn't gotten into the program yet, so maybe we talk about getting approved. You want to?
Yeah, I mean, we can go
Take
that
a
route.
step back and then.
Actually, I have a question for that. Because it's exactly 1 year ago I opened the account. I submitted, I had 2 attempts, to get
3.
monetized, and they rejected me twice, and the third time is like, I just give up.
Well, that's the problem.
For a year.
You gave up.
I have to tell you that I think if you really want to get into this program, you can get into the program. If you really put the effort to get in, you really follow some of the rules, and if you don't get in your first try, and if you go through your 3 strikes, that's 1 social media account. Open up another social media account and go for it again, and go for it again, and go for it again. Eventually, you're going to get approved. When you get approved, those videos that you use, the 3 this time, the 3, and then you get 3, you have 9 strikes. Now you get a chance to upload those 9 videos. I would equate this to, we're driving in a car to get approved. My hands are at 10 and 2. Radio's off, windows are up, kids are quiet in the back seat. I got my seatbelt on, and I'm driving 10 miles beneath the speed limit. Those are your first 3 videos. You want to play it exactly by the rules. Do everything you possibly can to nail it and get it right. Once you're approved on the program, kick back the seat, roll down the window, crank up the music, take your seat. I mean, whatever, and you can pretty much do whatever you want as far as videos. You don't even have to put your face on the video. So that's kind of what I'm telling you, to get those first 3 videos correct. And we can maybe go through some of the things that work, that we've seen that work, and some of the things that don't work and that you need to stay away from?
Yeah, so we've been involved in the program now for about a year, right?
June was a year, yeah.
And I'm like a month and a half after you, I think, when starting with that initial interview with the thing we found with a guy named Andrew Pardine. I had no idea we'd be talking about this as much as we are a year later. But during that time, the reach of the podcast, the stream, a lot of people have reached out to me like with what they tried to do and what didn't work. Tom's been very transparent about his successes with the program, so I think a lot of people reaching out to you about it and showing you like, I'm getting stuck on this or I'm not getting stuck on this. So together we've really been able to like put together like what's working for people and what's not working for people. Some of the frustrations actually happen because you think you're giving someone the best advice possible, and then you see someone around you, like Alexis in our group, that approved horrible videos. They were horrible videos. And he pretty much got everything we said, and Tom took the time to actually go see him. Pretty much got everything that we said, said, let me do the opposite. And he got approved, so it becomes frustrating because you're like, what? Like if you know, at least for me, it got frustrating in the sense of like, what do you tell people? You can't say if you do this 100%, you're going to get approved. But I think over the last few weeks, I think we've made some really big, like we can now say definitively about specific things working 100%, so that we could cover now. One of them is seasonality of, so let's back up. You got to apply to be an Amazon influencer first. Two main steps. Apply, and then get approved for monetization. The application process seems very easy to get approved into the program, right? Almost anybody can get it. It seems that if you do not have a seasoned account, that they like to see, like meaning your social media account has not been around more than 2 years, it seems like they like to see what we've said, 5,000 or more followers on Facebook, 20,000 on Instagram, 10,000, 20,000 on YouTube, and like 10,000, 20,000 on TikTok. That's what they want to see as far as followers. Assuming it's not seasoned, because lately we're seeing people get into the program with 600, but their account's been around for years. Okay, so hey, welcome. So your account is seasoned, you get approved for almost no followers. If it's not seasoned, you need to hit those numbers. So that's the first one. Nobody's really struggling with that. The next part is where they're struggling, which is the monetization. You want to?
So once again, 2 phases, right? Phase 1, you get approved to be an Amazon associate. Basically, you're an Amazon affiliate. You can actually get a link, and you can send that link to someone else of a product, and you can get paid a commission for doing that. So you're really an Amazon affiliate already. Well, what you're not approved for is the Amazon on-site placement, to put your video where we showed you that video can go. Someone watches it and get paid a commission. So it's called on-site approval, or on-site commission is what you need to do. In order to move that needle, we believe now.
You have to submit, let's do the facts first. You have to submit 3.
Yeah, you have to submit 3 videos, not 2, not 4, 3. You submit 4, they're going to make sure all 4 are good.
We did that wrong initially. I was like, my thing was like, Tom took off. He was a month and a half ahead. He was able to validate what this Pardine guy said. He was up to making some, I think it was $7 a day at that point, but it was happening. And then I was like, wait a minute, I got to catch up on these videos with Tom. So GC and I jumped out there, and I think we posted like 15 on the first day. But it was like, we're not getting approved. We're not getting denied, but we're just waiting. And either Tom or somebody else or Pardine said just delete everything but 3. And almost instantly then we got approved. So it's 3. You just submit 3.
Yep.
And then next.
Do we want to talk about the different social media channels that you can use? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. You want to talk about the YouTube?
Yeah.
This is a kind of a new,
yes,
potentially interesting way to get approved on YouTube?
Yes. So if you're seasoned, and the season seems to be over 2 years, meaning any of those accounts have been around longer than 2 years, definitely 3 and more, 2.5 possibly, but if it's been around that long, it really does not matter the quality of your review at that stage. As long as you're not making a medical claim, and again, just shoot for the best practices. That doesn't hurt you to try to do that. You should be striving to do that anyway, which we'll get into. That's, I guess the example would be like, at first it's 10 and 2 and all that there, but in the beginning, I'm seeing it. If you have a seasoned social media account, how you do your review doesn't matter. Now, you want to do YouTube, you said?
Yep.
So on YouTube, we joined a YouTube group, a course, and we're learning a ton about YouTube. And I'm in this little YouTube mastermind group where I'm working on a video for YouTube for the Amazon Influencer Program. They were like, oh my God, I'm super interested. How do you get in? I explained everything that we're explaining here, and everybody started applying. So a huge chunk of those people applying were instantly approved to the program. They submitted 3 videos and were instantly approved for monetization. 100% of them, right?
That's,
so I was
what, that's what got us to lean in, like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 what's happening here?
Yeah, why is this happening like this, right? Is it YouTube? Is it how long they've had their YouTube accounts? And a lot of them, you know, obviously they were in a course and it was a high-end course. Their YouTube accounts had been around for a while. But then it was like, wait a minute. Let's find some people. I'm willing to get on a Zoom with you and walk you through this, but like, let's walk through this and see with a new YouTube account that has not that many subscribers, how can we use this to get approved? So what they're doing is they'll create a short. YouTube short, was it 30 seconds or under 60 seconds? Quality of the short seems to not matter. And when you post the short, you then go into your content and there's a promotions tab. You go to promotions, you hit promotions, and you're going to spend, I don't know, 50 to 100 bucks. You could spend less, and then you target, I don't know, target Venezuela, target, you know,
Bangladesh, Bali,
Bangladesh,
but
yeah.
not anything but the U.S.
Anything but, yeah. Target it, let it run. What happens is that ad is going to generate just a ton of subscribers and views. So it seems that Amazon is viewing these shorts as the views on the short are engagement, and the subscriber count is your follower count. So you could rapidly build that up. So far, everyone that has done that, 100% have been approved for monetization doing the YouTube short method.
So let's say that you have a seasoned account, or you're going the YouTube route, or whatever route you're going. But I'm going to tell you some of the things that you must do, I think, just as a best case scenario for you guys to get approved. Because that's where everybody seems to get like hung up on. They're approved for the first phase, but not the second phase. So when we do our first 3 videos, make sure that there's a clear background in the back. No bookcases, no cars with your license plate on the back, nothing in the background. No pictures of you, no pictures of your daughter, nothing.
No brand.
A plain background, a plain shirt, okay? You want to hold the product in the camera, keep the product in the camera the whole time. Do not drop the camera, do not drop the product out of the camera's view, okay? My recommendation. Very simple. Today I'm going to review the ABC by XYZ. Look at the product. This is the 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola. I like this because it has caffeine in it, but at the same time it has no sugar. Kind of engage with the product a little bit. Then what triggers this is you say, with that said, if you're looking for a refreshing beverage, and this is where you're going to kind of bring it to a close, with that said, if you're looking for a refreshing beverage, the Diet Coke is a good alternative. I hope this review helps. That's it. Plain and simple. Keep the product in view. Try to do something that's small here. It could be a mouse. It could be a charging port or something like that. Just do that. This is the 10 and 2 I'm talking about. Once you upload that video, you're going to notice down below it says upload a thumbnail. Don't upload a thumbnail. Don't do anything. Amazon is going to populate half at the middle point. That is going to be your thumbnail. It's going to look awful. It's going to be you in mid-sentence going like this or something goofy, but let them populate it. And the reason why is you can't get points deducted, right? Amazon's not going to deduct you for anything you've done wrong with your thumbnail. Remember, we're just trying to get approved. Later on, we can change the thumbnails. You can do, emojis on it. I don't care what you do. But the first 3, let's let them populate the thumbnail so we avoid any kind of deductibility in terms of points from Amazon. So once again, this is the ABC by XYZ, a couple of features about the product. With that said, if you're looking for a great beverage, this is a great solution. That's it. End of story. Try to edit out. I usually have a tripod in front of me with a little clicker on it, so I can actually just stop it right away or start it right away, because you don't want to have to edit out you touching your phone when you do it. Those are really simple products. That's kind of the only thing I think you really need is a tripod with one of those little clickers that is kind of a Bluetooth toward your stop-start button. Those are the 3 videos that I think you have to abide by those rules, whether you have a seasons account or not. Let's make sure that we go at 10 and 2, stay in the middle of the road, let's just do those things, whether you have a seasoned account or you're doing, kind of a Facebook or YouTube kind of process.
The YouTube doesn't have to be seasoned?
So, this, well, what we're sharing, or what I'm sharing on the YouTube, we've been doing
let's
this.
say this. So, if you have a seasoned social media account, that's door number one. Door number two is if you don't.
Right.
That's where YouTube would fall into, or getting followers on a Facebook account, or
Right.
buying or purchasing a social media account.
Door number one with the seasoned account, you get approved, and even if, not that you should, but even if you submit videos for monetization that are poor quality, 100% are getting approved with seasoned account, 100%. You should shoot for best practices, which is verbatim what Tom just shared. Door number two, as you called it, if you don't have a seasoned account, we'll get into those strategies now. That is, you really increase your chances. You don't have a snowball's chance in hell of getting approved if you don't follow those practices. But we've also discovered recently that I've been testing recently, and I think I have enough to say that this is almost 100%. By next week, I will know, but I'm close to saying this by 100%. And what happened was when we listened to Mariteri, and the group shared a live stream about the Amazon Influencer Program. So they were doing a live, and they said something in the very beginning that made me think, and one, you probably get this from being in the Amazon scene for so long, how Amazon does everything kind of on points. Like, you get a red flag if they notice something bad, it gives you some points, and the more points you get, it triggers a reaction from Amazon. And they mentioned points. So it made me think that the points that you get for getting a sale should trump everything on getting approved for the Amazon Influencer Program. So what happens is when you submit your 3 videos, you will notice a lot of the times that you're getting views on the videos. And for a while, we have felt that that was Amazon looking at it. So if you saw no views, it was like, how the heck did they reject me? They didn't even look at it, right? But in reality, your videos are appearing, in most cases, somewhere on Amazon. So like if you clicked on your review that you left, it would take you to that actual review, that video review. So what we did was, we said, wait a minute. Tom and I were talking here one morning, and we're like, if getting a sale off of your video could get you approved for monetization, why, and then you're submitting a review of a video that has no space, then it has no chance of getting a sale, and therefore you've decreased the likelihood of getting approved. So what about if we intentionally picked a product that has space to where when you leave a review it could show, and when you submitted 3 products, sometimes not all of them become visible, you have somebody just go in and buy them. Buy one, get a sale off of your video. So we've tested that, and I've gone in and buying these products. Sorry, babe, but I've been going in and buying these products from people. We have a lot of products on the way to the house. Yeah. So I've been going in and buying these products for somebody. I was like, I'll buy the product. No need to reimburse me. I just need to see something. I'm buying them. 100% of the people that I've done that with so far, nothing special that I'm doing, just buying the product. You can get anybody you want to buy the product, are getting approved for monetization.
So watch the video and then purchase.
Right. So if you want to break it down better?
Yeah. So we have 2 people that are applying for the influencer program, right? A and B here. A picks a product that there's lots and lots of videos on that specific item, does exactly what we've talked about in terms of the 10 and 2, does great videos, okay, but uploads a video that does an iPad, for example. And there's plenty of people that have review videos for that. So when you look on your approval and you're waiting for this approval, you'll notice I'm not getting any views, because your video is probably not being populated onto the Amazon screen in the product listing. But we just did something with the Beehive a little while ago, right? And there were no review videos up there. There was that one guy, right? So what about person B, who does everything right, does all the videos right, but the products that we're picking don't have any review videos on there, have very few review videos on there. So maybe it's got 1 video review. The chances of B, the video showing up there, will probably get more views. When that happens and you see your video up there, give me a call, give Carlos a call. We'll watch the video in its entirety.
Yeah, and
we'll click on the product and we'll buy it. And what Carlos is seeing is that when you do that, you're getting approved. Because we're telling Amazon, here's a video, we're validating your video. We're validating your video so much that we watch the whole thing, and we're even validating it by buying the product. So we're almost like telling Amazon, hey, listen, her video or his video was so good that I bought it as a result of that. So let's pick products that don't have a lot of video reviews up there as a best practice. So whether you have a seasoned account, that's fine. But I mean,
Just for the approval, then you can go the
listen, you can find a lot of $9 products that have 1 or 2 review videos up there and just review them.
Right.
It could be a charging cord, it could be whatever you want.
It could be a product that doesn't sell at all, I guess.
Which is
Those-
fine. That's
those
fine.
for sure are not gonna have any.
That's fine.
Absolutely.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
A friend of yours that may have a new product that he's launching on Amazon has a video but has nobody that's done a video review. Do that one. Get that product from free from him. Do the video review. It should populate and we'll buy it. So once again, going back to like square one. If you have a seasoned account, I still want you to do it this way and do those 3 videos best practice. I'd still prefer that you pick the products that don't have a full carousel, is what we'll call it, a full carousel of video reviews. Do it that way, you should get approved. If you don't have a seasoned account and you want to go through the route that we talked about with YouTube or other social media ways of doing it, still 10 and 2, good videos, but let's pick products that don't have a full carousel. Make sense? Okay, all right. Everybody should be approved next week. And we should have bought a lot of products.
Really should, yeah.
Okay.
Which we're gonna review.
Yes, right.
I don't know if it's still available around.
No, it's not.
Back,
I'm just kidding.
back in the day, you can pay, let's say you have a Facebook or YouTube or whatever account, you can find somebody on Fiverr and pay for subscription, for views and things like that, which are usually probably from somewhere outside the US. So instead of paying on advertising, probably it's the cheaper, it's more of a suggestion, maybe it's the cheaper way to find somebody on Fiverr if still those services exist. I know that 5 years ago.
Yeah, you total, yeah.
Boom, 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 and you got the likes, you got the subscribers, you got all those things. It
So-
can be really crappy, but if that doesn't matter in the eyes of Amazon,
So if obviously that applies to someone who does not have a seasoned account, otherwise they'd have a seasoned account. But if you're doing that, it doesn't guarantee. It's sort of like if you don't have a seasoned account, you need to get above that 5,000 and 20,000 number of subscribers, and you should pay attention to the engagement. That doesn't hurt on the social platforms, and you better listen syllable by syllable of what he just said about 10 and 2, and that is to get maybe a 60% chance of success, right? Like, I mean, that's not 100%, but you have to do that just to have a fighting chance there. Coin toss, if you will, I think. That's what we're getting at. So the idea would be, do you have a seasoned account? But think about this, because I'm hearing a lot of people say no, and when we sit there and I go into their account, they're like, yeah, you know what, like 10 years ago, I thought I was going to get into real estate, and I opened a Facebook page called, blank, and I was like, yeah, that counts. Like, that thing's been around for 10 years, it counts, like, we're doing that. Or
My daughter,
I was thinking about Mary Kay, and I just decided against it, but it was 12 years, you know what I mean? Like, so look into your pages and your history on your Facebook to see.
my daughter has an Instagram account from Florida State. She's been out of school for 1 year. That account, I think she started like 2019. She applied with that account, did 3 videos like I told you. She got approved.
can it be a personal account, not a business account?
I feel like you gotta say something. She only been out of college 1 year. I know that she's doing good on her job, but I won't put that out there. Already doing the Amazon influencer account. I wish I was doing that when I first graduated. I guess that speaks volumes to the dad, huh?
I'm going to tell you some other things that I think you guys should think about doing once you get approved on this. Put this in a business. So when Amazon goes to pay you, don't have it pay yourself, have it pay a business. So have it pay an LLC. Why? So now it's a business. Now if I buy something through that business, it's a deduction. If I make 20 grand a year off the influencer program, I got to pay income tax on that. But if I went out and I bought products, or I attended a seminar, or I went to something in a business capacity,
Like the Bee Expo.
yes, I get to now deduct that from there. I'm going to go down a little rabbit hole. If you want to buy a business credit card to start establishing credit for it, get a credit card. I love to use the American Airlines Barclays card. Go buy a slushie. You'll get 60,000 bonus points for that business credit card. Now you get 60,000 bonus points on American Airlines to travel to the B show.
To make,
So I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can start to really monetize this as a true business, as an influencer. I talked to an accountant, I've talked to 2 of them. If I buy products on Amazon to review with that credit card, I can deduct it. It's part of the business. If I wear makeup or want to get a studio light to double for my YouTube channel, but I need that lighting for my Amazon influence pro, it's a tax deduction. I would buy it through the credit card just to have that at year end summary that you get from that credit card. So try to run all your expenses through the credit card. When you're buying something on Amazon, you can actually go to where it says orders, select payment method, and you can have multiple credit cards there and put that credit card for your business right there.
So if you have a bank account for your LLC, and you don't have, we don't have a credit card per se, we have just a account from the bank. We're just using that service.
Well, you have an EIN number, right, for your business? Okay, so when you apply for the credit card, you're going to use the EIN number, and you're going to put your Advantage number on that credit card to get the points.
Right, but my question is,
what?
I mean,
Cold?
using it as
Raise the air.
an expense, it could also just be, I mean,
Say
yes,
it.
credit card, I get that, but if it's a debit card, it can still be used as an expense.
Right. I mean, if you you and your husband go out to dinner and you discuss the Amazon influencer program business, you get to write off 50% of your business. 50% of the meal, sorry. So it's an expense. So there's a lot of fun that you can start having with this if you structure it correctly. So I think structuring it correctly, you know, payment goes to your bank, to your LLC. Your LLC, you now have a credit card. Run some expenses through there. Use this money to start building your other, like, I don't know, little side hustles that you may have, or build your brands like you may have.
Additional benefit, you have a business account, you can open, the Prime, you can open a Prime business account where you can pay, sales tax.
Holding
As long as it's sold by Amazon. It's not going to open the seller, but if the item is sold by Amazon, you don't pay taxes. You can set up your business Prime, as a tax exempt because you're buying stuff.
people are interested in the topic.
Yeah. I mean, the credit card stuff can be, pretty fun, that you can start really running some expenses through there, and you can start getting a lot of other credit cards as well. So you could get a second credit card through your business, and you can go to American Airlines and get their MasterCard. $2,500 spend in 4 months, you'll get yourself another 60,000 points. Now you have 120,000 points. So when Carlos goes to China to go to Alibaba, you can fly to China. Free.
What question you got on this?
Points.
Is there any concern
Yes.
mixing this with the seller account? Should I use a different person?
For your seller account, no, there's no issues.
None.
No issues whatsoever.
I already got approved. The influencer submitted 3 videos, got rejected back in February. I have not done anything ever since. Can I still submit videos?
Yeah, you can.
You get 3 strikes to submit 3 videos. This is very important. I'm glad you brought that up. Good question. So let's say you get denied 3 times. This is very, very important. Remember, there are 2 steps. You've been approved to be an influencer on Amazon. Now you're applying to be an influencer in terms of on-site commissions. If you don't get approved, okay, you need to turn off the Amazon associate. You need to say, I don't want to be an associate anymore. Turn that all the way off. You have to resign from that and start the process of reapplying again. Amazon says you're allowed to have 1 influencer account. Many people are leaving this on, uploading a new social media account, and Amazon saying, hey, listen, we've already denied you. So you have to get out of the program completely, okay? I don't want to be part of your program anymore, and then reapply again, and then you'll get approved. So that's very important. So if you're going through your second stage of 3 strikes, get out of the whole associate program completely.
Yeah, that's a great one. For the person that that asked this question on the stream, I'm willing to bet you don't have a seasoned social account that you applied with, which means you're doing door number 2, and you need to follow the instructions that were given here as far as like how you should record the video, plain background, no no just do it Nike swoosh on your shirt, picking the right products, and add into that something which is make sure that you're reviewing products that have an ability to be shown on Amazon, meaning all the slots are not full. And then once you've done that, just, you could DM me, you can message Tom, like just message your friend, your neighbor, and just have them go in there to those products and buy one of them. You don't have to buy all three, but just because sometimes I'll see somebody that will submit 3 and they say, all right, they're up, check them out. I go look and only one of them is showing. And we bought the one and that was enough. So just make sure to do that. Also, shameless plug, if you don't feel like going back through this whole video again, we just released the Amazon Influencer course. So I'll link to that at the end of this and send it to you, but it has a breakdown of most of what we're saying. This last part about how to pick which products that don't show is not in there yet, but should be in there like in the next week.
Tools that I use now, so I've reviewed all the products in my house. Christmas time came and went, reviewed all those gifts that I was going to give to other people. Your buying habits will now change. So if you're going to buy a new hair gel or new shampoo or something like that, you're probably like, I don't want to buy the same one. You can use some of these tools that you're looking for other gels and shampoos or whatever to try, right?
You want to pull one up, dude?
So this is a tool called SpyZon.
You already picked the product?
Yeah, well, this is the same iFlow one. You can click on related products, and this is one of the tools called SpyZon. And what it does is it kind of looks for other tools or other products within that genre and area. And over on the right-hand column here, it'll say, you see this right here, it says total videos, merchant videos, influencer videos. I'm really looking for something down here that may have one video. This has got no sales, 10,000 sales. Oh, look at this one, 20,000 sales. Well, it's tied, I guess, right? That's probably why. Drano. So Drano Max. So that may be something that, I mean, this is about cleaning pipes and stuff like that, but you could look at hair gels and shampoos and stuff and see that. Do you have the lowest hanging fruit too?
I think that's one of these extensions, right? Isn't that this one?
Nope, that's SpyZon.
Where's I don't see with my glasses. Your eyes good? It should be an extension that's up there.
I actually use lowest hanging fruit. That's actually, it's a website.
Tom, you said use the lowest hanging fruit extension?
I do, I use that one. I'll show you how to use it.
It's good?
Yeah. Do you want to go to lowest hanging fruit? Go to lowest hanging fruit. This is a really cool one. So lowest, did you type in lowest hanging fruit.com? No, .com, that's probably why. Okay, go sign it. Do you have this one or no?
Pretty sure.
Just go to mine. Okay. Bear with us 1 second. This is a really cool one too, so you can actually, what I do with some of the earnings that I make every day is I'm going to look for other products that I can perhaps
This doesn't
arbitrage.
pull open the account, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure I have this. There it is. There's an extension right here.
No, but I want to use the extension. I want to go to Amazon Influencer Data. I'll come over here and drop down in categories. And let's say I'll go to arts and crafts. Now over here in the past sales within the month, I can click on this.
Make sure it's showing.
I want to get sales that are greater than 1,000 sales. Bought in the past month. Current price. If I'm going to go through the process of doing this, I want to get something that I think is, let's see here, greater than $25.
Hold on, let me push this back to the screen before you continue so everyone else can see. There, where you at here?
Yep.
There it is.
And then last one I want to come over here is influencer videos. Carlos, I lost. Where did I lose?
What'd you lose? What up?
Oh, I lost a.
The what?
So I can rank these by 3,000 units a month of Gringer's Dressmakers Crafting Kit, 29 bucks, 3,000 bought in the last month. And it gives you the Amazon link for that product. There should be another one over, I don't know how I lost it.
6,000 for 35 bucks?
It's, the BSR is 388, but the price is $29.95. I'm trying to find that, okay, total video count. This is one other thing that's crucial. So I want to come here and I want to say, I want to find something, this is really important, less than 5 videos. So I want to see if there's space in the carousel, right? I want to find something that's easy. See how it narrowed down my search here? So now we have Smithly canvas board, 2,000 units a month. This is something I would probably buy and review. It's a $37 product. It's got a lot of sales, 1,000 units a month. And if I just check on the videos here, there's only one person reviewing that product. So if I was wanting to just throw a little bit of money back into it, remember, I'm deducting this, right? It's a business expense. On my credit card, I'm gonna get points. I'm buying that product again. My chances of showing up are really, really good that I'm gonna show up there. There's 1,000 people that wanna buy it. So I like this kind of like software to do this. And you can go through these different categories and just pick and choose what you want. So that's what I use that stuff for, to find.
Or if you have this product and you want it to be one of the first 3 you review, it has space for your review to actually show from the beginning, and one of us jump in here and buy it, we can help you get approved.
Another really fun tactic is to look for products that have a lot of variations to it. For example,
This one.
a ball of yarn. Okay,
You don't like this? 2, 8, 16, 42?
that's the one I just picked.
But this is the 2.
Yeah, that's a 2-pack.
Oh, you went to the 2-pack.
I went to the 2-pack. But you could, so if you did a video for this, if someone bought the 2-pack, the 8-pack, the 16-pack, or even the 52-pack, you're gonna get paid. So why don't I find a variational listing? One of my favorite ones is yarn. So you go to a yarn listing, it's gonna have 64 different colors. Oh my gosh, right? It's gonna have different sizes from, 10 yards to 50 yards. So you're gonna get a $9.99 product, or you're gonna get a $50 product, and you're gonna have all those variations. So you're gonna get a lot of sales. And your video shows up, even if you just reviewed the pink yarn, even if someone bought the blue yarn and watched your video and bought the product, you get paid for it. So I like to look for some that have a lot of variational listings to it and not just one solo product.
Yeah, I did that. I found that out in the beginning. I reviewed one of his products, which was an air soil. And I showed up across all the variations in that listing as if I was reviewing an air soil across all these other ones, and I was getting money from products that I never reviewed.
Spyzon, S-P-Y-Z-O-N.
They changed their name, though.
IPX, I think.
IPX.
Yeah.
But that's what this is.
Right there.
Yeah, that's what it is right here.
So that's a Chrome extension that you buy. And when you buy that Chrome extension, you'll end up getting to be part of his group, Shoppable Videos on Facebook, and that will also give you access to some of the Chinese agents too. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 with him.
Yeah. I mean, in the very beginning, we're just getting approved, I don't think, because some of these have a monthly cost, yeah?
I would, when you get Spyzon, you'll get access to his Shoppable Video site where he actually has other agents that come on that site. You'll get access to that. But for right now,
Yeah.
if you're not approved for any of this stuff, don't buy these buy these software. Don't buy these tools. Once you get approved, then you can get into buying these tools. But I wouldn't even tell you to buy the tools. If you got approved tomorrow, I'd say do 300 videos.
Yeah.
Once you get that past that, then buy it. But when you do those 300 videos, get your infrastructure set up, get your LLC, get your credit card set up, get ready for this. It's coming. And then get your 300 videos, 200 videos underneath your belt, get good at this, then start using your tools, then start reaching out to some of these other agents. Creator connections, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I don't know if we
have
got
time?
some time. Yeah, yeah. I think a problem, the first big problem that everybody has is getting approved to the program, not to the program, to monetization, right? But after that, the biggest problem I see with people getting in is they don't maximize reviewing everything that they actually have around the house, and they start panicking about they don't have enough products, or they don't have types of products to actually review. But then when you talk to them, they posted 30, 13 reviews. You know, so before you start buying any of this software, definitely review everything you have around you. Or I know sometimes GC will be at her sister's house or her mom's house and there's something new there or something, and she'll grab a video recording of it to later do a voiceover of the actual product. But another thing you get access to, I know you're still trying to get access to it, but it's a glitch as to why you wouldn't. Otherwise, you're going to have access to this, is Creator Connect. So with Creator Connect, you might know of it as being a private label seller, but with Creator Connect, you just get to go into Creator Connect and brands there are saying, we're willing to give you this, I don't know, 20% commission every time somebody, you know, buys the product off of the review that you did. But they're not, they say that they're not willing to give a free product to do it. Like you have to, you get it at a discount or you got to buy it. You just reach out to them and let them know like you're willing to do it, but they need to send you a free product, and they do it. So it turns into like this unlimited stream of free products that you can get.
Sell those products?
Back there. An unlimited stream of free products that you can get and leave a review on. Now, if you get products that have no traction, no reviews, don't have a video up, then it's kind of pointless, right? Because your review's not even going to show. But two things happen here when you do look at that. First of all, you get an unlimited stream of free products. The second thing is when you get those products, the majority of these products are not like these $9 widgets, right? They're brands that are really trying to grow this stuff, and they have a resale value. So we've accidentally stumbled on a stream. You might see sometimes, like I know in past meetups, we were about to sell an easel board, right, babe? There's this easel board that's behind the desk, and we're going to get like $60 for it, right? What is it? No, 30 or what? 20. How much? It's like 20, 30 bucks. Another person's getting a box that I moved up there, paying 90 bucks. They gave us $90 cash for that, and it cost us nothing. So we're making money off the commissions of the product for doing the review, and then we're making now, we're probably making the same amount we do in the actual program than we are reselling the product.
You ever seen those guys have the you ever seen those guys have the big wad of cash with the rubber band on it, like they're doing a parking lot or something like that? I'm at a breakfast meeting with Carlos, and he pulls out this wad of cash, and someone comes to the door, and it's like $300, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
So he stumbled on the resell of the products. You have the Chinese agency products that you can get money for, right? You have the influencer stuff that you're already making. So there's lots of different streams of income that you can get just doing this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's turned into like, it's almost gamified a little bit.
Absolutely.
Like, you know?
There's a fun TikTok though about it that says, one of these days I'm gonna die because my wife wants me to get 20 bucks on OfferUp. I'm waiting for some stranger to sell something. You saw that one? It was funny. No, but yeah, it's great. It's turned into an additional stream. So
one other hack too is people are putting up Fiverr gigs. So a Fiverr gig to say, we'll do your influencer video for 50 bucks, 75 bucks, or 100 bucks. A couple of people that I know from the group here are doing that, and in the last couple of months, they've had over 50 gigs for at least 50, 75 bucks on there.
Yep.
Fiverr?
Fiverr. Yeah.
Fiverr, Fiverr.com.
We still don't do the gigs there on Fiverr, but we're still like.
No AI for review videos on Amazon. Yes.
I have a question. The products that you reviewed in the first 3 and after that, they don't have to be necessarily related to your business page. Like you were, for example, I have a business page. I used to do spa parties for little girls. So I could review, I don't know, this water bottle or Drano or whatever. It doesn't have to be related to the business.
No. Just as long as you're not reviewing, if you're an Amazon seller, you cannot review your own products as an influencer. That's the only,
So how Fiverr is, we don't get sales on our Fiverr one, but we sort of do, and it was accidental. Because at first we were like, let's try to make a lot more money than we can, because Fiverr takes 20%. Nobody buys it for this, but what happens is the people that reach out to us from the factories, they want this, and we show them. We're like, look, here's the link to get it yourself, but we really like your brand. We really want to work with you. We'll do it for 50 bucks. They're like, wow, $115. So they jump on it, but outside of Fiverr. So I could have just reduced this, and we would have had, I don't know, I don't know, 50 sales a month. But having this here and someone's like, wow, well, they actually do because they have this listed for this and here are the prices and I can get premium for less than basic if I just pay them direct for 50 bucks, then it does really well on its own. The fact that it's out there gets us a lot of sales.
So use this as a lead generator.
There is some leads that come through here. No, I'm doing it because we get reached out to by so many different factories and just brands. And
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
right, and they're like, we're willing to send you this product. And we're like, yeah, we got a lot of stuff that we can review. Give us 50 bucks for this. It's simple, but just give us 50 bucks. Or is it 75 if one of the kids are in it?
I think we put it at 100.
100 if one of the kids are in it.
You get a lot of bites, or?
Yeah, we get a lot of bites, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But what we could initially do, because sometimes when they reach out, I might be the one looking at the social media, is I'll just send them this link. And they might look at it and be like, well, $165. I'll tell you, well, we really want to work with you to do it for 50, right? But we're willing to do it for 50 anyway. So, yeah.
If you hire somebody on Fiverr, they keep the product, I would assume.
I'm sorry?
If, let's say.
Well, if you give the product to somebody to leave a review, I think it's just good practice that they keep the product, yeah. That'd be kind of bad if somebody wanted us to review their product and then they wanted the product back.
Probably will cost them more.
Like, we better be friends, like, right.
I've been a little bit, you know, once again, this is gamified. So I've been to bin stores. Anybody heard of bin stores before? These are return stores. Yeah, you've been there with me, right? There's bin stores all over the country. There happens to be one here on Hialeah.
Yeah.
And the way that works is day one, like, I don't know, Monday, everything in the store is $8. You take your iPhone, you scan the product, you can see what it is on Amazon, you can see the sales. Everything in the store is $8. Next day it's $6. Next day it's $4. Next day it's $2. I mean, it's crazy, but it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people that have boat covers that they got there, or, you know, one of my friends actually found a Texas Instruments calculator, and he was in a store up in North Carolina, and this lady was like, what's this? And he opens up the slide case to it and says, it's a calculator. She goes, what do you need a calculator for? I got a calculator on my phone. He goes, are you going to buy that product? He said, no, I'm not going to buy it. So it was like $4, but it's a $150 calculator. It's like one of those math calculators that you get for school. And he reviewed that, and, you know, he's going to get a nice, you know, I don't know, $3, $4 commission on a $2 item. So there are other ways to find lots of products. So.
Yeah. What questions does everybody have so far about this?
So I, two questions. One on the Creator Connect, I haven't been able to, get on that. But, so there's the on Amazon and off Amazon, right, where people go and buy from your storefront.
Yep.
And the ones from your social media. So I haven't been able to figure out how to link where people could come to my storefront outside of Amazon. And so what seems like to me from what my conversations with them is that to get invited into that Connect program, Creator Connect program, they have to come from outside of Amazon. And then they would look at, like, after you have like $1 of sales and 100 clicks, but it has to be from outside of Amazon that they purchase one of your products. That's what I've been told. So
For Creator Connect?
that, yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the one account that is not just for my storefront, the one that would be linked to my Instagram.
Well, that's us making a sale right now on something from,
Yeah, so there's something like Stripe or something, site Stripe or something that
yeah.
you're supposed to link that so that people could, but again, I haven't been able to figure that out, so I don't.
Okay, when you go onto your regular Amazon page, on the left-hand side, it'll say Stripe. You click on that little link, and whatever product you're on, it'll say, give me the URL link for the product, for the picture and the product, and you can copy and paste that URL. It'll be a short little Amazon/TO link.
Like this.
Yeah, like right here. See it right there? That's it.
This is your site Stripe.
That's it.
It just pops up here. You can see your earnings, and then I could just grab this link. And it'll take you to the product.
So that link is what you would put or send to somebody, send to a friend, send to somebody on your phone, say, hey, listen, buy this book with, you know, that has no blank pages in it. It's really funny. If they buy from that link, you'll get a commission, and that'll be your off Amazon commission link, because you're given two basically links. One is for the first level on Amazon, the next one, I mean, off Amazon, and the other one is for the off-site Amazon. Make sense?
Right, yeah, that part I figured out the hard way. Because I was just sending everybody to my storefront and that wasn't working at all.
No, because they can't find the product.
Yeah, well, some people don't have access to the Creator Connect, but when they went live on it, when Amazon went live, which apparently they're doing at least once a month now from the Amazon Live, I'm sorry, not the Amazon Live, the Amazon Influencer Program, that you, what was I gonna say? I just blanked. I looked over there and then I looked over there because I thought you guys were asking me something. Yeah, they said everyone's supposed to get access to it, and some people don't, so yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them, like, I think the clicks, I think there's like you have to get 1,000 clicks, I don't know if it's a month or something, like they have like a ratio, because I'm in the chat and they're all like.
Just keep on doing videos. You'll eventually get in. And if you really want to connect with Creator Connections and you're not there, reach out to the brand. Just reach out to the brand, send them an email, and just say, you know, hi, my name is Tom. This is a link to my storefront. I'm an Amazon influencer. I really like your product. If you want me to do some user-generated content for it, reach out to me. That's it. It's kind of the same thing. So send them your storefront. That's it. And it may appear to them as something unique as well. So you may be, you know, go to ChatGPT and ask it to, you know, come up with a really clever way of getting the attention of a business owner, and just, you know, it may flesh out something like, I really find your product really dynamic and cool, and that's why I'm reaching out to you personally. You know, I'm a, you know, longtime influencer on Amazon. I got X number of videos. Here's my storefront. I'd really like to, you know, review your product. That's why I'm reaching out to you personally.
Yeah, there's.
The storefront link is different than the actual product link, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can't, are we able to send people to our storefront and then they purchase from there? Is it the same?
No.
I think you don't get credit
You don't.
unless they buy through the link of that site.
You don't.
right?
They're just going to see your video of that product.
Right.
Um,
They have to buy from the link of SiteStripe.
yes.
So they don't get credit.
So do the site stripe if you're sending somebody from off Amazon. But if you want to get into Creator Connections, just keep on doing videos. And in the meantime, reach out to the brands, do a little hand-to-hand combat with them. You know, don't go crazy. Do like 5 a day. You know, tell my kids this: how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Just one bite at a time. And the next thing you know, it'll start coming in, right?
One of the advantages here is that you could just go as wide as possible and review anything. You know, if this was a YouTube channel that you had that you were doing, you know, trying to make affiliate commissions on, you'd have to really focus on it for the channel to make sense. So I'm not saying that you should go narrow, but with Creator Connect, we get a really amazing conversion and yeses for free products that are great because we're pointing to a lot of things that show that we're really interested in this niche and we're not just randomly in anything. So use what you have. Like, you have a pool, you have a nice pool. Maybe look for all the brands at first that have anything to do with the back door and pool stuff, and then kind of point to, like, here are videos that we've done on this. We're actually going to do a review on this, and we're going to convert much better than somebody who just got the product.
I would do remote control cars.
Remote control, yes, remote control cars.
Reach out to all those brands.
For kid products, we point to the YouTube channel that our kids have, Angelina and Carlos. For anything that's could fall into the business space, I'll point to the group. And then the more yeses you get, just compile them almost into a deck, if you would, that you're presenting to them. And that gets you more yeses than nos when you do that with Creator Connect. So you don't have to do it and then exclude everything else, but just start compiling little piles of decks, depending on who you're reaching out to.
You could compare Amazon with influencer join brands. So I look for influencers and join brands, and there's shoppable videos for Amazon. They're $100, $150, and it's the same video we're getting for free by Creator Connect. This is the same type of video.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Yeah, is that
So-
shoppable video the same? They'll take the video and they'll put it on my page.
You could hire someone on Join Brands, and then you're going to pay them,
Yes.
and then they're going to review the video, and they're going to post it on their Amazon Influencer program. It's not, I mean,
Pay $150, otherwise it's free.
if you have a private label product and you want to get some reviews in the Amazon Influencer, you probably can find enough people here in the Wizards Network that are just willing to review the product. Like, for example, if there's open slots for that video to appear, maybe get to somebody who needs to get approved into the program and just have them review that product. I doubt they're going to charge you at that stage. probably gonna pay.
You're gonna get a woman to put, you're gonna get a woman to put something in her hair that she doesn't know what it's about?
Yeah,
You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay.
Yeah, you're gonna pay.
She puts stuff in her hair. I think she put something in her hair. I don't know. I'm gonna go wild
That's
guess.
natural redhead.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, fiber's pretty amazing. Shockingly so. What other questions we have? Like, anybody get anything answered? What do you think's the hardest part, by the way? Yeah, what's your hardest part right now? Well, getting approved, I'm assuming.
Not getting approved and, yeah, that's just that.
Well, we haven't even tried.
Say, we just get, just make that your thing. Like,
Yeah,
just
no. She made some videos. We'll check them out later.
but
So,
just-
here's one thing. If you're gonna apply as a joint, a couple or, a family or something like that.
That's a good point.
So,
first three.
the first three, have one person do all of those three. Don't mix and match them, okay? Once you're approved, then remember, 10 and 2 initially, and then you can put the seat back and chill and go back and forth with videos. And
I just think you should have her do the first three and not you. Yeah, the conversion, I think, is gonna be different.
And we're just talking about, you were just saying that one person do the same first 3 videos. That's important. I think it's important.
I think it is. Yeah, well, look, just same thing. Yeah, he has a lot of product. He has, that they have at least one video in the thumbnail. Right, but they don't have any influencer videos. Oh, here's one person right there. So anybody looking for products, there you go. He's got a whole bunch of products looking for blondes.
Bring it on.
Would you be willing to dye your hair to do the review and then? $50. Just look up bin store Hialeah.
It's called
Hot Bins.
It's called Hot Bins.
GC and I have been planning to go together for a while and we haven't. Hot Bins. The thing that's like the one that's like $12 one day, $10 another, $8 another. Say, to have some fun with it.
Tom, I just had some other questions. Random. With all those videos, and I don't know if I asked you that 2 weeks ago, have you created an Instagram account or a YouTube account to capitalize and try to monetize those reviews and then?
Nope.
put
I don't. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I don't.
Yeah.
So just keep on doing what Amazon is giving you. You start to branch out into these other channels. I don't think you're going to get monetized on YouTube. I don't really think you're truly an influencer. You can be an influencer if you get into your category. If you get into remote control cars or if you get into pool supplies, then maybe I would say it would be worth it to start your own YouTube channel or to do something that's very niche-y that you could really develop a tribe. No one's going to follow you for your review of, Diet Coke and Drano and whatever. They're not going to follow you because of that. So just stick in that. There's plenty to do here.
Yeah,
plenty.
also I'm sure there's a chunk of influencer reviews that are up right now that someone saw it and maybe they were like, yep, that tipped the scales, I'm gonna buy. But the majority, and I've seen a lot of bad ones, like I know some people who have influencer stuff and every single video they have ever posted is horrible, right? They're making money. So I either have to think that those horrible videos are getting people to convert, or somebody was already on the Drano listing, they were gonna buy, they were curious, they clicked on a video really to be convinced not to buy, and then they just said, well, I'm buying. That was unhelpful. And they just bought. But since that happened, the person's making money. You know what I mean?
In order for you to get a commission, just to click on the video and let's say watch like 5 seconds, is it enough, or does the person has to watch the whole entire video?
It's usually just tagging.
Yeah.
They watch the video and then buy the product.
Yeah.
And it's usually the last video that they watch. So if there are 5, influencer videos and they happen to watch mine last and then they bought the product, I get the commission, not anybody else. Yep.
Yeah.
But if somebody clicks on the video and just watch like 5 seconds,
And then they bought the product, you get a commission.
and if they buy something else,
Yeah, and anything else in their cart at the time of checkout, you make a commission on that. Yeah, so you're gonna see lists of things that you made commissions on and you're like, what is that?
pair of socks,
Yeah, well, what happens is sometimes I'll get a review, I'll get paid for a Roomba. You see those Roomba cleaners? somebody will have bought a filter.
For the
I did a
Roomba.
review on the filter, and then they also bought a Roomba. But because they clicked first and wanted to know maybe how much the filters were gonna be, they got the filter first, they clicked on it, they added it to the cart, I made a commission on everything, yeah? Okay.
That's working, that's on the influencer, not on the affiliate?
What's that?
Amazon influencer program.
Yeah,
Not on the affiliate
Yep.
as well.
I get some wild stuff, yeah, that, like, really?
You know, established social media account is better, but
Absolutely.
what do you mean by established? Let's say I have accounts that are very old and those are business accounts.
2.5 years, it seems to be the
but
thing.
They don't have, they have very few followers, so does it
Seems
matter?
like that doesn't matter that much.
It's like the age that's like the predominant.
That seems to be the dominant one, is how long the account's been. Now, what I suggest is that if you do have an account that's been around 8 years and it has 3 followers, I think you should go in there and just seed the thing with,
Likes to page campaign and
Yes.
advertise to foreign countries other than the US to get those
Yes.
clicks
Don't they
easier.
look also, how many videos have you put in your YouTube
nope,
history?
nope.
So let's say
It's wild.
I can use my specific example. I have a Facebook like a business account, probably it's 10 years old, and maybe have at least used to have 1,000 followers back in the day. I haven't checked. So once you get approved, you just need one account to get approved.
That's
and
it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
it
it.
can be Facebook, it can be YouTube, it can be.
We've discovered that you actually should be careful adding new accounts afterwards, right?
Yep.
That
So if you
don't
have,
qualify.
if you have a social media account, you know, let's say you got approved with Facebook, don't go putting your Instagram account on there and your YouTube account on there to make it look pretty and your TikTok account on there, because we've seen that because you link an account that doesn't have a lot of followers, that for some reason it trips some kind of bell and whistle that Amazon says, well, you're not approved anymore because that account didn't qualify.
Right.
So remember, this is the same thing. Just stick in your lane. This is it. Once you get approved, don't try to go wide. Just there's plenty of meat on the bone here.
Do they help you in any way once you get approved?
No,
Why
no.
the extra?
They don't.
Great point. That's exactly the point. Don't put them on. They don't really mean anything. That's it.
Yeah. We're towards the end of the session, so.
Oh, you got a question?
Well, it might take a little couple minutes, but I mean, I'll ask anyway. The one you use the lowest hanging fruit, right, like that app, have you found that's been like a good strategy, like, because I like that you said it's free tax deductible. I'm thinking like I can pay for the software, because I have the free one, they have, you pay for it, and then it's like a search, right, like you put the category, and then you type.
Category, and then you can search other things too. I like to do 3 things. Category, because I want to drill down. Then I want to also put a price on there because I don't want to buy something that's like $8. I don't want to make 12 cents, right? So I want to buy something that's worthwhile buying. Then I want to look at the number of other videos in the carousel. I'm looking for something less than 5. I want there to be a space there for me. And then the last thing I want to look for is the number of items. So I want it to have at least 1,000 purchases per month. I want it to be something that is consistently being bought. It'll show you that. So you can filter by all 3 of those things like I did here.
And do you like, once you review it, do you like sell it on eBay or something like that?
I haven't. That's his gig.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I would, look, I'm gonna caution you on this. I know you're already in the program and you're doing it, but, so, go ahead, what was the question?
Well, what am I doing with it? So we have a massive amount of boxes taking up a room. So now that my daughter is in the program, she's got a lot of products to review. Once she reviews them, glad to give them to anybody else. I really have I don't want to go through the, process of, what he just, I don't have a business to where I can, sell stuff on OfferUp. I don't really need people knocking at the door.
Right.
I don't need that.
Yeah, that was a question I had for you also. So for all those people that are sending you product, are you putting your personal home
What do you mean?
as delivery?
Sure.
They ship it to your house?
Well, remember, they're basically going into their Amazon listing, right? And they're sending that product to you like a customer.
Yeah.
But that's that.
If they come over, they can sit down at
But
the grill.
what
hang
are
out.
yeah, just buy them a
Get
cup
coffee.
of coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, but if they're
Public figure.
if they're Chinese agents,
I'll open the door in my Heat jersey,
right?
tat it up.
They're Chinese agents. They're selling me their left-handed broomstick. Okay, they're probably in China, right? They're probably not in Miami. Probably not going to be knocking at my door.
They were, we'd invite them to the meetup group.
Some people, they don't like their mail delivered to their house and they're like.
I got 2 dogs that I got 2 dogs that will lick them like crazy, so it'll be fine.
The question, I mean, maybe the lowest hanging fruit would be the one you maybe do on the course one time?
Yeah. I will tell you another thing real quick about credit cards. On your credit card, get a credit card that you put all of your subscriptions on the credit card across everything you do. Just have one designated credit card for that. Why? It's because then you can figure out like, oh my God, I haven't really used that subscription in 2 months. I want to cancel it. So it's a way to kind of put everything and dump it into one bucket. So when it comes to credit cards and stuff, I like to play around with that. But just do one credit card for all those subscriptions. I think it's a really cool thing.
What do you guys think about having a meetup group specifically on, because he's dodging me on filling out the form, but specifically on, no pressure, but specifically on that topic of how to really leverage the credit card points and the credit cards in our business. You guys be interested in something like that? Yeah? Everybody, yeah? Okay, that's a good, yeah. So if you don't do it, there's a lot of people here that need what you got in your head and you just don't want to help them. That's okay if you don't want to help people.
Yeah, that's me. I just not involved.
It will be the guy point.
The points guy. The points guy. Points guy.
Yeah.
You can probably add cashback sites,
No cashback. No cashback.
Yeah, so anybody that's watching this on the stream also, if you're interested in that meetup, just chime in interested or yes in the thread so I can go back and look at it. And it'll help too because I can screenshot it as a reminder to him tonight or tomorrow as to why he hasn't filled out the form yet.
Nope.
Doing videos in Spanish, is that something?
You want to cash in
You could. It
dollar
doesn't
for
seem like
dollar, or you want to cash in
they're
dollars
doing-
for pesos?
Think you're doing this in English and in Spanish. There's a lot of people here in the United States that don't speak English and they look at the reviews.
It's a lot, but the percentage is so small that you're.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
I think that that's more videos.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap up. As far as lowest hanging fruit and stuff, I put some of the stuff that, huh? You got one interested, so you got to do it. So I put together a lot of what we
Probably
couldn't,
him.
a lot of what we couldn't cover here. I put together in this course that just released so far. The feedback's been great on it. It's $99. You should be able to make that back in no time with the influencer course. But things like I'm going to be adding in there like Creator Connect, other ways to find a lot of products that you can review to make a bunch of money on. You took it. How was it?
I highly recommend it. Highly
Perfect.
recommend it. It's very easy. You could just, it's to the point. Carlos said he's going to be adding more stuff to it, so I think that it was well worth it.
For those of you that would prefer to hear it in Spanish, my wife who's here has actually started the recording of this course, so there will be a Spanish version of this course. But check it out. I'll send the link to everybody afterwards, but if you wanted to find it, just go to wizardsofecom.com/or offers. Well, I'll send you the link. What else? Also, you said you might do a little lesson on maybe lowest hanging fruit.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah. So for those of you that are interested in some of the filters to use on lowest hanging fruit, we could do that. Right? Too interested. Yeah, they're going to keep coming. I know it's a topic that everybody's going to want to hear about. 3, 4 credit cards.
We'll actually go through and we'll buy it. I'll show you the videos that you can do on it and why I pick them. Or, yeah, it's a pretty good way to start monetizing faster. And of course, if you can buy it with a tax deduction, I don't know, it makes sense.
The question, what I wanted to add on your point over there about using the lowest hanging fruit and the filters to find products, I would just be very careful. Like if you're buying something already on Amazon, I think it makes sense to pull these filters out and say, why not just buy something that you could leave a review on? But absent that, when this came on our radar with Andrew Pardine, and he came on the podcast, we had somebody else come on the podcast right thereafter who was more tapped into, at that time, than we were into this Amazon influencer community. And she said that the majority of people doing it, that were doing these larger numbers, were actually not making money because they were buying, right. Be careful that you're not eating up everything that you're making, buying products, thinking you're getting a bigger number, but you're actually losing, or you're no different than, these private label sellers that run around saying they're $1 million sellers, but they don't. I mean, they can't pay their bills, right? So.
That's what I was thinking, like to sell it, like to just copy the listing from Amazon to eBay, and then you resell it for $10 less.
I would just focus on figuring out what percentage you can, just knowing your numbers again at the end of the day, just what percentage of the revenues you are currently getting from the Amazon influencer program. Yeah, just make sure you're not robbing yourself, basically. And
How many videos do you have up? 700. Okay, so you're at the point where whatever you're making per day, maybe take a portion of that, 30%, 20%, and reinvest in your business. And ideally, you're buying a product that you may already want anyway. You're just buying a different shampoo or gel or whatever that is. and then if you really want to take it to the next level, maybe once or twice, a month, buy something like you're talking about that you can buy it and then you can sell it for $10 left on eBay or whatever. That makes sense. But that to me is a lot of work, but that's up to you if you want to do that kind of.
Yeah, Andres?
Can I use the same LLC that I use for my wholesale seller account?
I would not. I would want to segment these. These your wholesale seller account. You're going to have special deductions there. You're going to want to set up a separate LLC for the deductions you're going to have here. From the accounting purposes point of view, to me that looks like a complete nightmare later on down the road. Keep them separate. Just expect growth from both of them, but keep them separate.
Do you have any kind of, once you create a video and it's, let's say an average video is doing well, what is the life cycle? How long, it's generating money? How does it, have you noticed, like, does it peak, then it goes down, or does it peak later? Any patterns you've noticed, or?
It's real, Ramon, who's part of the group, is really into data and data collecting. And he's tried to follow this along, but what happens is we don't know where Amazon will populate a video. So for example, I'll do a video review, I'll see it in the 305 area code, and then it'll go away. But maybe it's showing in California. I have no idea where they're populating it. Other times I'll see this video and all of a sudden I have like 40,000 views and I'm like, holy cow, this is amazing. But you know where it showed up? It showed up on Inspire, and Amazon grabbed it and put it on Inspire, and it got a ton of videos, a ton of views. I didn't make a whole lot, but it just, so we don't know where Amazon is going to populate that video. So for me to tell you the longevity and lifestyle of it, I can't tell.
Commission? Can you track the commission, and does it make more commission in the beginning? Does it make more commission once it gets established?
No.
Is there any
What I cannot back up with data, but it would just make sense across anything that Amazon has ever done on the platform, is that something that converts more, they rank it better. So some placements for video reviews are going to do better than others. So I think that if you convert more on your video, whether it's the video converting or not, it might just be luck that you got there early, that you're probably sticking longer in premium placements. I'm guessing on that.
And once again, it goes back to Carlos's story about the Drano video. Maybe it was really, really bad, but someone watched your video last and then bought the product. So there's so many variables that I can't tell you with certainty, and certainly Amazon's not going to let you know what that information is. Just keep posting videos. Keep posting videos. If you see that your video dropped off, do the video again, put it back up and say, this is the Diet Coke 6 months later. I don't know.
Here's how much weight I've gained from the Diet Coke, right? Here are the pants I bought, and this is before and after, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right.
6 months later, yeah, see?
I know.
Then
Anything else? All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Tom.